Good evening, everyone. That's no one here, but for YouTube, good evening. Welcome to tonight's episode of Wishful Mockery. We are going to be doing
Fine, apparently.
another session. So,
Oh my god.
with that being said, does anybody have any announcements that they like to go ahead with?
The YouTube channel's doing pretty good, to be honest.
How well are we doing?
Let me pull the stats up. Last video got more views than the video before that in less than 24 hours.
Oh, damn!
I think our stream's down according to Twitch. We're offline.
No, it's online.
I just got a pretty interesting email. Wishful Mockery's live, apparently.
It says we're live, but I click watch stream and then it says we're offline.
We
No, I
are
can see it.
absolutely online.
What the
Uh,
fuck is going on?
It's doing pretty good. 9 views, and the last one only got 4 views, so we're getting there. We're getting there. 26 subscribers, so.
I just had to refresh.
Hell yeah, they back. Thank you, Perry. Hang on a minute. Do you even follow us?
Yeah,
Um,
because I got a notification.
Interesting.
So, Ryan, what happened last session?
We
Oh.
killed some people.
You asked him of all people?
Yeah, I did.
Given Jack.
I know. It was a mistake.
Rude. We flew to Manfarin. I fought Zadar and then Jack, and I lost to Zadar and beat Jack.
Definitely didn't.
Sorry, who
Nah,
got
nah, we
5
won't
hits
get
in
into
first?
that again.
Yeah. What happened last
Who
session?
broke the rules first?
You. So we got to Manfarin, found some fancy dancers, went and kipped, went to the academy, found some little dickheads and killed them. Brief.
Hey,
He's got the outline at least.
yeah, Sarkhan, what happened last session?
Wow. Wow, fuck you, man.
At least we'll get the actual details now.
He tried.
I mean, pretty much what Ryan said. So they brawled on the ship. Jack and Yuki had a bit of an argument and a falling out. We then went to Ampharan, met these Genasi brothers that were doing a dagger throwing performance. Potentially could help them in their next performance today.
What were their names?
Their names were, give me 2 seconds, Larkin and Felipe, and they were both water genasi. There were some weird black-robed figures, which we found out were from the Temple of Ravens, which kind of dispersed the guards around us weirdly, because obviously when I entered the town it was a bit up in the air, and we were being watched.
Why is the air spicy?
Why so spicy?
It hurts so much.
When we were talking around the town asking if there was anyone missing, there'd been no increase in reports of people going missing, nothing out of the ordinary in the last few months. We were advised by the guards to head to the college. Bit of a disagreement whether we were going to go straight there or go find these brothers, but then it turns out that the brothers were heading to the college anyway, so we made our way over there, and yeah, and then as Yuki said, we fought some bandits. The boss was named Harley, and we murderized them all. And that's a brief summary.
You
Nice.
did indeed.
With marshals. Attack.
Jack turned one of them into a fine mist paste,
Miss.
splattered them.
There was a bit of him
And-
there, and everywhere.
It was all over Zadar.
He looked like his armor needed a new red trim.
Zadar and Jack
Oh,
had a nice
he's
little
red.
moment at the end of apologies for earlier.
Transgressions?
misunderstanding. Ish.
Zadar judged the book by its cover, and it turns out the cover is wrong.
Yeah. And that was where we left the session. So you have just murderized a group of people that tried to rob you for a tithe. Over to you.
Self-defense.
I
you
vote
very
we
much.
just walk away and pretend this didn't happen.
Are we not even going to loot the bodies?
I mean, there isn't as many bodies as we want because that man is nothing left.
A lot of them ran away, which means we've got witnesses.
Well, I'm going to start going through the bodies.
Loot. Practical
Of
as
the
ever.
bodies, there was only about 2 that were actually like slain.
Mainly focusing on the leader.
Focusing on the leader, he has unfortunately nothing special. He does have a pouch of 100 gold and 25 silver.
Yoink.
On the bag, you can see a marking for potentially one of the churches. It looks
Oh,
like.
fuck.
He really was
Oh,
thinking
no,
about
guys, we fucked up.
You will recognise the marking of which church it is.
Roll me a religion check.
Guidance. 10?
It's quite smudged. It's like a very, very old bag.
Take the gold and leave the bag.
You do just make out a slight semblance of a clock on it.
I'll leave the bag so as not to,
Taking the gold but leaving
be
the bag.
recognised.
On the
That's
second
smart.
guy, he does have like 2 just kind of shoddily, really worn daggers, and about 30 odd copper.
Anybody want a couple of old daggers?
I
I
will
would.
pass.
Can I do a religion check to see if I can discern what the pouch is from? The church?
Yes, bear with me a sec. Asking questions I don't know the fucking answer to.
Gotta get his book.
Now, while the DM isn't here, how are we derailing this session?
Just being ourselves.
Well, fair.
Down Sarkhan.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And yeah, that's when we do that, okay?
Yeah, sounds pretty good.
Okay.
Subtle, but I know you just ended that because you came in way too quick with that.
Fuck! Damn it!
I'm not dumb.
Well,
What did you roll, Ryan?
14.
14. So with that, Zadar gets smoted. You're out the game. Bye.
I turn into holy light.
You do. Sorry, what was it?
14.
14. So what Jack initially thought was potentially a clock is actually more of a 8-pointed star.
Chaos.
You kind of recognize it or assume it's something to do with the god of magic and arts. Goes by many names. Most common, Corellon. Or
What was
Corellon.
that name again, sorry?
Corellon. Corellll.
The real question is, did you fuck
O-N.
her with
Thank you.
Did you what?
James.
The real question is, did you fuck a wizard?
God damn it.
And that's all you find.
Leave Gale alone.
No, he's adorable.
Astarian's better.
Astarion annoys me.
I can't change him.
I know I can't change him, but I will still try. Astarion is by far the hottest character in that game and the best.
I
No
made a
questions asked.
dragonborn resistant to fire just so I could romance Karlak.
I
Awesome.
mean, fair.
Does that work?
You got to throw water on her, but then you can hug her and shit.
Yeah. I mean, you can throw water on yourself and it works.
Yeah, we had 4 people,
Fucking hell.
and we scared them. Just like Perry got scared with a dog.
Hello, Riley.
Is that Haribo?
It is.
Yeah, why did he turn into Sid the Sloth?
I mean, he already looks like him, so he might as well sound like him.
Why?
They
do this every year. Doesn't anybody love me? Doesn't anybody care about Sid the Sloth? Hey, wise guy, curb it next time.
Crossover episodes. Also, I'm absolutely clipping that and making that into a short.
Hey, why not? So salty.
The fuck is?
That's in the pirate one, basically.
He
Glacial
drinks the
weapon.
water and his face just shrinks. Okay, so you've just murdered shit. You've looted. You've murder hoboed your way through a fucking city.
We have only done it in one small district.
Self-defense.
Why don't we move along?
I concur.
Moving on.
So you head up to the north. You exit this little thing, and more people start to like kind of appear and look around.
Where are we supposed to head north?
You are, because the College
got
Arcanum is directly
directions.
ahead of you.
Just out of reach.
You notice that as you kind of emerge from this little district, you get looks from people.
Before I'd gone out in the street, prestidigitation, make sure there's no blood or anything on any of us.
Aw.
Takes a while.
You still get looks. People are kind of like walking past, being like, you hear sort of like the odd mumble as you kind of walk past people.
Anyone I notice looking and mumbling, I would just stare at intently.
Oh god, he's gonna get us killed.
I haven't done anything violent, I'm just staring.
You're trying to intimidate, or are you just staring?
No, I'm just trying to make them uncomfortable.
Why?
There's a group of about 3 women that are walking along. They're dressed kind of like elegantly, and they're kind of like murmuring, and they've watched you come out of that district, and they're like, oh my goodness, and they see you staring like, and they just hurry along a little bit quicker. As you emerge out of like the buildings, you come into sort of like a modest kind of town square. There's a couple of market stalls that are just selling sort of like firewood. There's one that's selling ornate kind of pottery, homemade. A couple there that have like fruits and veg, meats. It's all just kind of general day-to-day wares rather than sort of like adventuring supplies. Excuse me.
I should think so.
I know.
Growl.
That was good, wasn't it? At the other side of the square, in the dead center, there is a fountain. For God's sake. Wow.
That's an interesting fountain.
I don't know. Dead center, there's a fountain of it's kind of reminiscent of. You guys don't know it, but your characters don't know it. You guys do. Kind of reminiscent of Zadar's. So it's a dragon kind of curled around. But instead of someone fighting said dragon, it is someone riding the dragon.
Ah,
Is it a donkey?
It is not.
Zadar would stare at the fountain for a little longer than everyone else.
You trying to discern anything from it, or are you just staring because
It matches.
Yeah.
I would have no fucking idea who it is.
wouldn't you?
Fuck. Can I make an investigation? I just assumed.
We'll assume he makes an ass out of you and
History
me.
or investigation? It's your choice.
I do one to see if I can see any more details, and then do history to just for thematics.
Yes.
Investigation. Hey, it's a 15. What's my plus? 42. Hey, 17. So history. I look real good, and I fucking know nothing.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 1.
Damn. So you look around, and it's very intricately carved. It's made out of a hard stone. It's kind of a bit difficult to tell whether if it's something that's like marble or granite or something like that. It kind of looks like a mixture of potentially both.
Is it igneous or porous?
It's not porous. Um, by the way, most porous stones are igneous formations.
I was just found off the
You
word.
basically said the same thing. You're looking over it. You can see that the figure at the top is clad in armor, full kind of almost like knight's armor. They've got a shield, a lance on their back, and a full helmet, so you can't tell really what kind of race that person is. And the dragon that they're riding, underneath one of its claws on its left-hand side that's kind of closest to you as it kind of curls up and round. The claw kind of is carved to make it look like it's grabbing the plinth that it's on. And underneath is a plaque that says Breneus Stormwind.
I'm able to
Jack's
tell what
instantly
kind
like,
of dragon. Do you know what kind of dragon before I ask that question?
I do, but
You don't.
because it is kind of all white,
Each
it
dragon.
bears resemblance from you because you are quite knowledgeable on dragons. I'm not going to make you roll for it, but it bears resemblance to a brass dragon.
Ooh.
But there's something off about it, whether it's artistic design, artistic license, or something done on purpose. You can't tell.
You're also just giving me an idea for writing this class when it comes to the new one, the new version of D&D.
At the end of on the other side of it, you can see College Arcanum, surrounded by kind of higher walls and a metal gate underneath an archway that is currently closed.
Now that we've moved away from this unsavoury district, are we still getting looks and mutterings?
No, you've kind of come out into the like town square a little bit. So those that would have seen you leave have all kind of walked past now.
Yeah, so it's not that we're just different, it's that we were leaving the area, is what I'm trying to glean.
What you can gather, yeah.
I don't feel so bad about murdering those people now.
Not bad about murdering those people.
Potentially.
Oh, why? They started it.
And we've got to be better than those. It's not their fault. Well, I suppose it is their fault. They're absolute idiots, but...
So, we were meant to have a logical reason for the guard. Anyone got any bright ideas?
Here tasked by Zadar himself, that should get us in.
I just tap my family seal on my little clasp on my pauldron.
Fair enough. After you.
Excuse me.
Are you all heading over?
Yep.
Okay, so you all walk through the square. You can hear people being all like, "Come get your meats! I got it. It's a dearly good price." And all the haggling and selling. People doing stuff. You see various groups of religious figures. Some walking in like really quiet columns. Others just going around doing their day-to-day, collecting stuff. You see a couple of tithe collectors, almost with like little teeny buckets for donations to the churches. As you get about 3/4 of the way over to your left, you catch the sight of a purple-haired figure. Zathara.
I was about to say. Also thought her hair was pink.
It's purple, isn't it?
It's purple. Yeah,
As
purple.
in the Hero Forge, her hair's pink.
That was the closest I could get to it. The darker purple didn't look good.
You can make your own colours.
What? I didn't know that. Anyway, she doesn't notice you. She's currently at one of the stalls.
Do we go bother her or not?
She's not with Gib, and she does look like she's in a decent mood.
Zathara!
Well,
I
that answers
shout.
that. Oh,
Without
Your
knowing
voice kind of
everyone
carries over people. No one really stops, but she's there talking with someone. She turns around, she gives you guys a wave, pays the man, stuffs this little sack into her backpack, puts it on her back. She walks over.
Leaves.
Just goes.
no.
She comes over. All right, what are you lot doing here? And she looks like she kind of looks you all over, and she notices a slight bit of prestidigitation that you've missed on Zadar on one of his legs. There's like a blood splatter still there. What are you doing here? She kind of looks at it, looks up.
Prestidigitation.
Did we run into some trouble?
We merely
More
repainted a alley.
We were the trouble.
She looks kind of like behind you guys a little bit. Oh, you came from there. That makes sense.
Shouldn't we have?
It's the part of the city that's kind of left alone.
Well,
There's no real
Yeah.
churches there, so it's kind of opened up to vagabonds and brigands that they're claiming tithes for a church or something. Don't know how
Well,
true it is.
We should be regaled as heroes and cleaning up the streets.
I was going to say, we're pretty sure we've just opened that area up to some new real estate.
How
I
many did you
expect a
kill?
song made about me, not by you, Jack.
He's your best bet to get a song made out about you, because nobody else is going to fucking do it.
It doesn't count if he's part of the party.
That's
That
the
makes it better.
best way to do it.
Anyway, how many did you kill?
Only a few. The rest ran.
Oh, that's barely a drop of water in the bucket.
I mean, we did kill them in a manner that will be spoke about, that's for sure.
We definitely caught their boss.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
suppose that puts
His
a
friend
dampener on their operation. So that's good. Where are you off to?
I'm just gonna,
Place where you told us not.
I'm just gonna turn to look at Zadara and Yuki, just like, go on, tell her.
The place where we're going to get info.
Are you going to the college?
I never said that. I said info.
Not my idea. I voted against it.
Numerous people have suggested the Academy for the Knowledge we seek.
She starts like ticking her tongue. I suppose it's probably your best bet well, you're hunting vampires, so it's probably your best bet, but you can see she's trying to fight back anger on her face. You're probably not going to get anywhere without some help, so I'll come with you. And she kind of grimaces at the fact that she's just said it.
Why do I feel like you have a history here, Zathara?
Did you study here by any chance?
No, you will find out probably very soon. And she now looks a mixture between angry and just pure dread.
I
Is
I
this
lean over
something we-
to I lean over to whoever's close to me. Ex-lover.
Is this something we should know about beforehand?
No.
Are they
No.
gonna cut us up for having magic?
No. If anything, you'll be celebrated.
I tried to offer a hand on the shoulder to say, you don't have to come.
The hand goes on. She's like, no, I think I need to. I didn't want to come here for this particular reason, but fuck it. You only live once. What's the harm that could happen? If anything, I'll put her in the ground. Right, let's go.
Her?
You
She
also
kind of walks.
Oh, I just.
I lean back to Yuki. I think you might be right.
No, guys. Sister. Maybe family.
My money's on Yuki. And I'll
I'll turn
follow
this
her.
into another bet.
I'm a betting man.
Okay.
50 gold and I love it.
15 gold.
I'm already walking off.
Hey, it's Isaac.
I don't know who you mean.
Wait,
I
it
know.
is. Hang on a minute.
Josh's brain way too slow.
I saw the Warforge in the top left corner first.
Okay, fair enough.
Perry.
So Zathara kind of walks up to the gates and she gets there a little bit before you guys do. And she kind of puts her hand on it, pushes it, and the gates just clang open. And she goes, after you. And you guys kind of file on in. As you walk through this kind of archway, kind of like slight tunnel, you can see alongside are like windows, and inside, on either side, are classrooms, but they're empty. Most of them probably look like they haven't really been used in a while. You carry on walking through, and as you get to the end, you're about to come out into the courtyard, and a Warforge steps in front of you, dressed in a very heavy set plate armor, face mask that's kind of not face mask. It kind of comes down to like this to make sort of like a little bit of a helmet, with a hood up and a cape that attaches to his head hood. No, leave my Haribo alone, you fucker.
Cloak.
Cloak. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Are we just going to randomly see an undead elf gunslinger as well?
You would be so lucky.
He's dead. He's dead. He's not going
He's very dead. And he has a mace down at one side, a shield slung over his back, and he's got kind of like glowing runes all over his armor. He walks up to you and kind of stops you in your tracks. He stands about 7 foot tall.
Ah, little taller.
Excuse me again. He kind of
Josh's
turns,
reaction. Sorry.
looks. He goes, greetings. I am Iteration 5 Arcane Academic Creation, or I5AAC for short. How can I assist you today?
We
You
seek
can overtake the
information.
lead as a human.
No one speaks, then you both speak at the same time.
I was just saying, Yuki's not going to take the lead as a human. It's a bad idea.
Then I repeat, we are seeking information.
Information regarding what?
Creatures of the night.
His old friend.
Creatures of the night.
They never
If
met.
you are looking for a whorehouse, we do not have one here.
The wrong kind of creature. Not the dissonance. The monsters.
Iteration 5, isn't that ladies of the night, not creatures of the night?
I beg my pardon. I appear to have misspoken. You are correct.
It's fine.
Could you be more specific?
Vampires.
Vampires. That is indeed a noble creature to be hunting on your behalf. What makes you think the college has information in which you seek?
We have been told by multiple sources this would be the place to seek it.
Interesting. Are you enrolled in the college?
No.
Then I'm afraid I cannot permit you entry, without good reason.
What do we need to do to enroll in the college Iteration 5?
You must take a 16-hour test.
How about that I take a few steps to lean, to whisper almost. he doesn't punch me in the face. It's
He
like,
doesn't. He stands perfectly still.
we are seeking knowledge on a vampire that is kidnapped the Prince of Sanctuary.
I'm assuming you meant the Silver Star Prince.
Silver Star Prince.
There we go. It's okay. I got what you meant. He kind of takes a step back away from you, leans away a little bit. Unfortunately, that is not my concern. However, if you wish to gain entry into the college, you will either need to take the test or come back another day.
Iteration 5. Do you know who Zadar is? The Lord General himself.
I have read stories on Zadar, and he is known to me. I have never met him myself. I do not know what he looks like. However, he is the Lord General of the Silver Star armies. He works underneath the council, and he resides in Ansharas.
Do you respect his authority and his commands? Does the College Arcanum fall under his remit of authority?
The College Arcanum is a separate entity.
I believe he's asking, would you accept those, I tap the crest, of his command as a special entry?
He holds a hand out.
I'd take the necklace and pass it him.
He takes it, holds it up. Stares at it for an unusual amount of time. It almost gets a little bit awkward. No. Hands it back.
Would you be interested in studying corrupted magic?
Corrupted magics used to be a topic at the school. However, he kind of gestures around. As our students have, unfortunately, decreased with the amount of magical ability people being born, unfortunately, those classes don't run anymore.
What level
What if
of...
you got a live specimen?
A live
One
specimen
output.
would be interesting. I'm sure one of the teachers would be able to capture and contain and do all manner of experimenting on.
Yes, well, that would be a great thing, wouldn't it, Yuki? To pass over this live specimen to get us entry.
What if a live specimen was volunteering themselves for an hour so my party could enter? You struggle capturing this one, I think.
Please be more specific. Zathara, by the way, is behind you all, just leaning up against the wall in like partial shadow, and she's just smiling.
I just walk up, if you wouldn't mind, and I just kind of stew my magic in my hand to allow him to see it.
Magic stew.
What are you? So what are you like casting, doing?
I wouldn't be casting, but it's kind of like centralizing my own magic into a point so he could kind of feel it if he has that kind of ability.
I'm just
You
gonna...
see the runes on his armor kind of glow ever so slightly goldier, golden, shine. Wow. And as they do, the magic that you have in your hand just kind of fizzles. Unauthorized magic within the grounds is not permitted. Please refrain from doing that in the future. Zathara then just goes, we're going to be here for hours.
Iteration 5, what does the exam kind of encompass?
The exam encompasses a 4-hour written test showing your knowledge and capabilities with magic. And then the rest is a practical demonstration.
And if we pass the test, would we each have to do it, or would only one of us need to do the test?
To gain entry into the college,
Yes.
you would all have to succeed.
Oh, well, that counts some of us out.
I'm just turning around and looking at Zathara and just waiting.
She looks at you, she goes, Iteration 5. And he goes, yes. She looks. Are you not going to say hello? She kind of takes a step forward. Zathara, it has been a long time since you've graced our presence. Aye, that it has. Why are you toying with my friends? Ah, actually, no. You're going to take that too literally. I'm going to take that back. No. Why are you toying with these people that I'm ferrying around at the moment?
Oh, Zathara, we're friends.
They're not friends. No, shut up. We're not friends.
Oh,
Why,
You said
thank you,
friends first.
Zathara.
Take your first answer.
Iteration 5 just kind of goes, I'm sensing some hostility.
He is an elf.
Noted. Zathara, can you vouch for them? I wouldn't say vouch for them, but they are kind of on an important mission, so they do need a little bit of help. As much as I don't want to let them in here. Well, if you don't want to let them in, then I won't. That's not what I meant, Iteration. He kind of looks you all over. Very well. I will grant you entry. This once. And I will take you to reception, where you will speak to Sayeta. You hear a big sigh from Zathara.
Socket. That's the one.
Zathara, what does this Sayeta mean to you?
Upon reaching Sayeta, she will then direct you to where you will find the information that you need. But if there is any trouble, I will perform my duties as guardian of the college.
That sounds like a fair exchange to myself.
And you must each pay 20 gold to enter.
Hang on a minute.
I'm gonna look at Zathara and try and read if that's like his idea of a joke.
Zathara's kind of a bit busy with herself at the moment. She doesn't notice you looking at her. He holds out a hand.
I look at him directly. Is this a scam?
He takes it back. No, that was my intent at humour. Did I do that wrong?
No, I would say
He
that
wouldn't
was an
really
admirable
come across
attempt
as
for a
human
Warforged.
robot.
You both spoke at the same time. What?
It's like human doesn't really come across when a robot's saying it.
He says that, Iteration 5, but I got it, don't worry. I thought that was a valiant attempt.
Thank you. And I am not a robot. I am a Warforged.
What the fuck's a robot?
Eat morp.
Zeep, robot captain.
Meet more.
Very well. Follow me. And he turns. He walks.
I guess
I
we'll all
follow.
follow.
You pass two students that are sat on a fountain, and they're both just going over books, and they're just kind of, one of them's casting a little kind of flame in their hand, and it kind of goes, and then immediately like snuffs out. The other one turns as you walk past, stands to the water and kind of gestures, and you can see it kind of, and then just ripples out again. These are all students very much in their early years of training. And as Isaac's walking you through, he's like, unfortunately, our numbers around the college at the moment have dwindled. But those students that are here do get pretty much one-to-one interaction with the teachers. They do progress a lot quicker than they used to, but unfortunately, we don't have many with the abilities anymore.
I've heard tell of this. I mean, considering what the humans apparently seem to have done.
Many put the connection down to the disappearance of the gods. However, there is no proof in this.
At least those
Further research needs to be done.
At least those of us not from this plane still hold all our magic still.
It is impossible to not be from this plane, as the plane gate was closed.
I'm just gonna look at Iteration 5 and just go, portals. No,
The existence of portals has neither been proven nor disproven. However, their likelihood is very, very small.
Isaac?
I
Iteration
came
5?
from a portal. He came from a portal. I don't know where he came from. We found him in a cell.
I came through a portal, but that was because I was dragged there by the human empire. Long story. Didn't like me. Thought I was someone else.
You all have lived fascinating lives.
Indeed. Ask Sathara about it. She can tell you some stories.
No, I can't. And neither should you lot. She says through gritted teeth.
Sathara,
What?
why don't you trust this place?
Keep walking.
Okay.
Iteration 5 gets to the gate. The double doors, opens them, swings them open. You come into a very kind of like quite small room. 2 doors behind with like a little reception desk, and then a set of stairs going up either side. Either Randy just headbutted the wall or he fell over.
Probably both.
I don't know what happened. And there's a kind of a crotchety, crotchety, that one, crotchety old little man, elven, but clearly incredibly old, incredibly old.
Grandad.
Grey hair,
Grandad.
beard, like really quite scraggly, ink and quill, and he's just hunched right over, and he's writing in a book. Iteration 5 walks over and goes, I have people to see Saita. If a Warforged could sigh, he would. Saita. People here to see. Yeah, upstairs. He goes, thank you.
Damn
This
it,
way.
that wasn't Sayeta.
He walks to the right-hand staircase, takes you up.
Map change. Woo!
Whoa!
Small room.
Could you have 2 minutes?
We are in a tower.
At which point...
Oh, I did not spell that right.
To be fair, right, did you go Siatia? Or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Damn it, Perry, you're
Elven.
subverting our expectations.
It's Elven. Elven spellings are fucked up.
So are elves.
Very true. But the best race.
No. Absolutely
Yes.
not.
100% yes.
If I had to choose between an elf and a dwarf, I'd pick a dwarf every time.
That's not surprising.
What's that meant
You
to
just have
mean?
half the height,
You
Josh.
are a dirty hole digger.
No, I'm a dirty gold digger. There's a difference.
Very true.
Yeah, you
Don't
really
tell
are,
my
aren't you?
wife.
Helen, watch the stream.
She doesn't watch these. We're safe. No one clip it and send it her.
What minute are we? 43?
Nope, actually we are not.
Yes,
Dreams
we
of
are.
otherwise.
Shut up. Shut up.
So you, iteration 5 takes you.
Are we waiting for Ryan? Oh, he's back.
Oh, is he back?
I didn't even
He
notice
had
he
his
left.
headset on. He said he'd be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Be back. I do also agree elves are better than dwarfs.
Why?
I mean, yes.
What?
Far superior.
Why?
They just are.
They're just better.
What's better about a group of stuck-up, arrogant assholes when you can have fun-loving alcoholic dwarfs who know how to party?
Because elves can play the biggest jokes on dwarfs by, they eat meat but only serve them the vegetables.
That was a good reference. I'll give you that one. That was a very good reference. But fuck you. Any good, self-respecting dwarf would bring his own meat to cook and eat. Would never trust that of a knife here.
Then I'm afraid most of your favourite dwarfs are not very self-respecting.
No, they're not. Never said they were.
Isaac leads you. Reorder yourselves into an order in which you come up the stairs. The stairs are quite narrow, so they are single file.
I'm at the back. By Zathara.
Alright. Height order.
So iteration 5 leads you up. And as you walk up the stairs, he pretty much walks up in kind of silence, but he's got quite like clobbery boots.
He is made of metal.
He gets to the top and he stops at the top of the stairs, so you will kind of like just sort of almost bump into each other. And he turns to his side, he goes, and he bows. Sayata, I have people here that would wish to speak to you, and potentially the headmaster. They've given some information, but I feel like it would be better if you were the one that assesses its validity. And you hear a voice. Very well, send them in. He kind of looks back, gestures, and stands to the side.
I'd look behind me. What does Sathara's face look like right now?
Pain.
How much do you want to know? Do you want to do a check for it?
Yeah, I would be trying to do a check. Yeah, go on.
Investigation, then.
Can I also?
You can help him, which will give him advantage.
I shall
Thank
help.
you. I will roll your dice
I'm
for
going to
that.
open the window because it sounds stormy.
Oh, I'm
Ooh.
glad with that. Dirty 20.
Go on.
Thank you,
Dirty
Jack, for your
20.
help.
You can see she's got like beads of sweat appearing on her head.
Wow, she's nervous.
She's almost physically shaking.
Is it her mother?
No, her mother's dead.
And
Man.
she's not looking up. She's just looking at her feet.
I'd kind of... would if I step sideways, would Sarkhan be able to go past me or not?
Yeah, if you like squidged right up against the wall.
I'd do that to let Sarkhan go past if he would, and then I'd kind of lean into Sathara and go, I know what nerves look like, and that is that. Why are you so nervous? Who is this person?
She doesn't say anything. She doesn't even look at you.
Worth a shot.
Still morning, isn't it?
Still morning.
Good morning.
As you
Tomorrow.
top the stairs, you turn, you look, you see what would be a middle-aged elven woman. She has bob cut brown hair, very elegant looking. She's in a robe that is kind of like a dark blue, with some white silver filigree all around the sides and etching and patterns. On her left hand, she wears a very kind of thin and dainty cloth glove that comes all the way up her arm. The robe itself is kind of vest style, so it's got no sleeves. The other arm, she's got all these kind of magical rune tattoos all along her arm that goes all the way down to the top part of her hand. A decent-ish, from what you can see, sort of like under the desk, pair of sort of like leather boots. And her desk is just perfectly laid out. There is nothing that is wrong. Everything is at a right angle. The quill is set really, really nicely next to this bit of paper that she has that she's been writing on. And she sets it down. You watch her, she puts it down, and it's not quite right. And she just moves it ever so slightly so that it faces the correct way.
Oh no, an elf with OCD.
In her hair, you do notice a purple streak.
Are we thinking aunt, guys? Some relation.
Good morning. Who might you be?
We are agents of Lord General Zadar. I tap my family crest. We're here on a mission from the Silver Star?
Silver Star? Yep.
Silver Star.
What does the Silver Star Kingdom want with our humble academy?
To rescue a prince.
Oh my. The prince has gone walkies, has he? What a shame.
Would we be
More
walking into the room,
kidnapped.
or, by the way, or are we staying on the stairs?
Zadar's still on the stairs while he's talking.
I'm fucking blocked by the Isaac.
Isaac's moved to the side. He has like
Oh, okay.
gestured for you to come up.
I would at least approach to the carpet and like,
The rest of you come up.
I'm going to stand there and lean against the balustrade.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna stand next to Jack, so if Zathara wants, she can like not be seen. Like kind of do a blocking.
I'm just kind of
If Zathara wants it.
leaning back on my arms crossed, just waiting, because something's going to go wrong.
More kidnapped by a vampire.
Oh. How interesting. The queen must be beside herself with her precious boy gone. How delightful. I mean, tragic. Sorry. The Silver Star hasn't exactly done much for the College Arcanum at the moment, so tensions run a little bit high.
Tensions
But how can
high,
I help
magic
you?
low.
Perhaps you could use this incident to gain favor.
Gain favor with the Silver Star? I don't think so. Not something myself nor the headmaster would probably want to have happen. They meddled in our affairs too often. We're actually a lot better off without them. Minus the fact we don't have very many students at the moment, but we can't help that, can we?
So why complain that they don't do much if they're now out of your hair?
You have a good point. Maybe I should put that aside. It's easy to complain about things, see, when you don't exactly have a lot to do. But what can we do for you? Who are you, and why have you come here?
Well, we're gonna kill a vampire and save the prince, like he just said.
We're here to slay the vampire lord and right some wrongs.
Is
Oh,
there
so
an echo in here?
So you're helping them?
On the payroll, it's not free.
I should hope not. We don't do anything for free, do we?
Absolutely not.
But why have you come here?
Because
To gain
everyone we
knowledge.
spoke to, as Zadar has said, guided us here.
And what makes you think we have knowledge on this vampire that you're hunting? We're a college. We deal with things in the past, not the present.
He seemed to be. No, I've never met him. Ignore that.
I just kind of chuckle at
So
that.
you didn't met him.
Yeah, that's what I was like, ignore
that.
That's
He
that.
seemed to be magically inclined. I'm getting this sixth sense from someone.
My
I-
dragon blood screams. He's a very old.
I'd chuckle at that, like quite a hearty, like chesty chuckle. So you're telling me a college of magical anything really? History books aren't your speciality? Things that are of a magical nature aren't your speciality? I mean, if you are so ill-equipped to help, then I'm sure we could go somewhere else. I'm sure
I'd take a
performance
step
out in
away.
the square could give us better information than you ever could.
I'm gonna follow Zadar's lead, step away from Jack. He's not with us.
She looks at you as you talk.
As I was talking, I'd take the hood down as well. Because the hood's been up until this point.
Are you magicked
Nope.
or disguised?
Nope.
Get an extra step. Just push you
I'd
to-
have had makeup on to make my cheekbones look sharper. But if I had it up, you'd think as elf. But with it down, you can very clearly see I'm not an elf.
He's one of those round ears.
As you finish, you take it down, and she looks. Her facial expression doesn't change. In your were you for you, were you expecting something?
Jack was probably expecting at least a little bit of a reaction to his inflammatory words, coupled with the fact I'm human.
At least an eyebrow raise he was hoping for.
Some kind. It was to test to see how good her self-control is.
She shifts and stands very elegantly, and she just flattens out her robe.
I would kill.
Fuck you.
Don't deal with humans. Dead.
I wish you out of existence.
She takes a couple of steps forward. What did you say?
Above board or?
Yeah, above board.
Oh.
He derailed quickly.
Completely forgotten. It's gone.
I basically said that it was disappointing that the day a college of magic couldn't help on in regards to a magical entity, and if that's the case, we'd probably be better getting information from performers out in the square if they were so ill-equipped to help.
That was it. Thank you. How tall are you?
6 foot. So not small, but not Zadar.
6 foot.
I'm alive.
She walks over and she kind of crouches into you slightly. She is
Oh,
tall.
that's patronising. Oh, Christ.
Mommy?
Just crouches in. She goes, "See, now I know the putting down of the hood was supposed to make a point, but with the College Arcanum, we'll take anyone, dear. As for those street performers, they'll be gone soon, so they won't be much help to you. And when it comes to magical knowledge, you will not find any institute in Teraann better equipped than what we can offer."
Then prove it.
I wasn't finished.
There'd
Things
just be a
would be-
smirk on Jack's face.
Nice knowing him.
Definitely. Well, I won't say nice. It's been average.
Oh,
Regards
more
to the
psychic damage.
information, with regards to the information that you seek, she leans back out, looks at the rest of you.
She looks at me, I just go, jigs up, pull my hood down.
A slight corner smile appears.
Damn it, he got the reaction.
Oh goodness, they're getting everywhere these days. Like a vermin plague, and she looks Jack up and down. So, do you know what it is you're hunting, or are you going into this blind?
Considering I knew about this lead and the little bits of information, would I know a rough idea of what Eliath is?
So you know that he is a potentially very fucking old vampire. You
From fucking Unlemma.
fucking Unlemma millions of years ago.
Oh, I mean, he's at least a year and a half old.
You came across one of his what you kind of put the term to as lieutenants.
Oh, he's spawned.
Yeah.
Mm.
While you were on the road leaving, you roll me a d20.
Oh, I don't know what's good or bad with this. Fuck, I can't get it out.
Just a flat
3.
D20.
It's either
3.
really good or really bad.
You were traveling with a small caravan in
Okay.
kind of cognito. They got raided and you hid like a fucking coward.
That tracks for Jack. He would have done that. Yep.
Oh, insult. Accurate.
It's accurate, yeah.
He's not wrong.
No, exactly.
I'm a survivor.
You didn't try to save everybody died,
Nope.
apart from you. You haven't obviously told anyone that. But yeah, this is where you met one of his spawn / lieutenants. They looked quite high up. You heard the name Eliath, and it being referred to as master and that sort of stuff. You know that his lieutenants even fear him because of the way that they were talking about him. And you heard the name Anfaran mentioned. But that's it. You were kind of trying not to breathe or die.
Yeah. Her asking that question, and I go, well, we're hunting a vampire lord of a very, very old age that seems to wield fear as a weapon in a way that no one else can.
She squints her eyes slightly. You've pretty much just described most vampires.
Yes,
I need
but
something more specific. A name.
Eliath.
She stops.
Ah!
I don't like that.
That's freeze. I just go, well, that seems to have rung a bell.
Finally, a dramatic reveal from you paid off.
Shut up, Yuki!
It's the fucking in character because
That was in character. Completely in character.
You just get like a dirty side look at you, like, shut the fuck up, you're ruining the moment.
What's he doing that? He runs a finger under his skull, goes like a vampire.
She does stop. No, we can't help you with this. And if I were you, I'd give up on that. At which point, she walks away and goes to one of the bookshelves, and you hear footsteps coming up the stairs.
We can't. We made a promise. And also, we are employed. Someone of your age should understand the meaning of keeping your word.
Someone of my age. She turns around. You, for those of you that are kind of
I'm
there,
gonna
have
step
noticed,
all the way over here.
Just run.
have noticed Zathara turn up. She is incredible. Like someone.
She's
You say
she's
someone
a
of
wreck.
your age to an elf.
Yes, you did.
She's an elf who's high up in a magic institute. She's going to be a
She
good
turns
age.
around, and she doesn't look old. She looks sort of like what would be like a middle-aged woman, but obviously that's probably about like 300 for an elf.
That's what I mean.
You put like 10 years to 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Late 300s ish.
I go, compared to
Maybe
my
more.
human life.
She looks good. She could be more. She could be less. You don't know.
Magicians.
Anyway, she turns around. As she does, this like flame ignites in her hand. Zathara comes up the stairs. She goes, "Enough!" Waves her hand, and the flame just.
Oh, shit!
She like just like that, and Saetas.
Oh, yeah, by the way,
And her
Zathara
face
says hi.
just drops.
Yeah, her doing that, I go, oh, by the way, Zathara says hi.
It drops and then turns into a smile. Zathara, dear, it's been so long since I've seen you. And she comes running over, at which point Zathara's like, no, and kind of shoves her off. Saeta goes in for a hug. Zathara's like, absolutely not. She's like, oh, I would have, I mean, it's been so long. I haven't seen you in ages. And I just, Zathara's kind of like looking at the floor. What, you thought I'd come in and it'd all be happy and everything like it was? Saeta, I see you're still clinging to that terrible accent. It's how your father used to speak. I thought we taught you better than that. And Zathara's
Stepmom?
don't say a damn word
I just
about
kind
my
of,
father.
I'd look at Yuki and be like, just like the wide eyes of what the fuck?
I've never asked you for anything, Auntie.
Oh, never mind.
But these people, they need some help. The prince has been taken and Sharas has fallen to shit. Meanwhile, the college sits here in the City of the Devout, perfectly fine, with some of the best magic users that the Silver Star Kingdom has at its disposal, and you cower in your libraries. Yes, well, we don't owe the Silver Star Kingdom anything. Oh, bollocks! You've never done anything for anyone. Pull your head out your ass and help these people. Give them the information they want. She turns. Saita's like, that... And she walks downstairs. Saita kind of backs away from all of you, and this quite powerful looking elf has now suddenly shrunk. She's almost like gone in on herself. She's playing with her hands. She looks at all of you. I'm sorry you had to... I'm sorry you had to witness that. The family kerfuffle.
Families are an interesting thing.
Judging by the way, God,
You're both too polite, like everyone go once.
well, judging by the way she was acting on the way up here, I was expecting an ex-lover, so could have been worse.
She does smile slightly at that. She's like, no. As far as I'm aware, she doesn't have an ex-lover. Last thing I knew, she was dating a young dark elf man. I can't remember his name.
None of us have met him.
I know, right?
Nope.
I'd offer you some sympathy, but not sure you'd accept it.
What?
In regards to Halls Zathara, like,
Did James die then, or was that me?
That was you.
I didn't hear what you said, dude. You lagged to me. Sorry.
okay. I thought you were like, what the situation? I'd offer you sympathy, but I'm not sure you'd accept it.
I don't need sympathy, thank you.
Sadly,
However, I don't think I am the one to help you with this matter. You would probably be better off speaking to the headmaster. With regards to the name, I have heard it. It was used when, well, back when I was a child. It's a bedtime story.
Are we hunting the boogeyman?
No, no.
We're hunting
The
Willis.
boogeyman runs in fear of Eliath.
Alufaseer isn't in this one.
He's not.
good because there's no stuff.
Uh,
He's not supposed to.
If
What
you
about
bear
the
with me
first
one
demon
second,
thing
I
we've got?
will summon the headmaster. She goes over to a table. On it, you see like a little kind of glass orb. Puts a hand on it, and it just fills with like a smoke. Whirls around. Her hair kind of starts to, the bob just sort of floats ever so slightly.
While she's doing that, I feel like we've all missed a trick here. I'm just going to lean into Sarkhan and go, so considering he's been around that long, do your people know anything about him?
Just that he needs to be removed from this world. But the specifics, no.
I mean, it's a good enough reason.
As she does, the pictogram in the middle of the room starts to glow. Light blue colors going all the way around it until the star in the middle is finally complete. And then there's a bright blue light. Nothing. There's nothing there. And then just kind of materializes this owlin. White all over, apart from a couple of like black dots and stuff all around his head. As he kind of comes in, he goes, "What? I'm very bit. Oh, there's company. Hello.
I could 2.2.
Zeta, you didn't tell me we had guests." And she goes, "No, headmaster. Sorry. They've come to ask for some help and some information, which I think you would be best to give them. It's not something that I'm well learned in, unfortunately." Oh, well. Hello.
I would bow.
I'm Centaurus, headmaster of the college, Arcanum. And who might you be?
Zadar Radiant Claw.
Looks at Saeta. He's really menacing. You?
Which one's he looking at?
You decide.
In between everyone. You!
Are you visually impaired?
Who said that?
I'd take a step.
Yuki.
Oh, wait, hold on. He reaches into a pocket. I can. Oh, goodness. There's a kitty. Who are you? Looking directly at Zadar.
Zadar Radiant Claw.
Oh, you've already introduced yourself. Perfect. Right. You? And he looks at Yuki.
You just
I'm-
kitty.
Yuki.
Pleasure? There's a human. There's a human. There's a human in my study.
I point over at Jack.
There's two humans in my study.
I'd
So
give
he
it-
goes, yes, they're fine.
I put my hands up and go, I'm house trained. He's not, I am.
I'd again give him a dirty side and look back at Centaurus and give a very elaborate bow and go, "The name is Jack O'Tails, at your service."
And
Is
I'm
he bullshit?
Well, they're polite. I'll give them that, I suppose. But normally politeness is followed by the asking of something. So what is it you want? Saita just goes, I've just told you they're here for information.
We're after information on a very specific individual who appears to have been around for a long time.
I'm not that old, but if you wanted information or autographs, I mean, there's easier ways of getting them. I do wander out into the city every now and then.
Alas, someone as great as yourself, we are not worthy of your autograph. It is more of a work thing. We're on a mission to slay a vampire by the name of Eliath.
Nonsense. Everybody wants an autograph, and he goes over to one of the desks.
Shit.
Gets a bit of paper, writes.
As he's doing this, Sadar walks up closely and just starts trying to stare him in the face. With a,
Why did
an
we
odd
all
look
just
like-
simultaneously surround him?
I'm coming up for this autograph.
Yeah.
I want the
Yeah.
autograph.
I
You-
will line up
He's
behind
writing.
Sarkhan.
You all approach as he turns around. He just goes, "Oh my!" And then kind
I
of
just
ignores the
hold it out
dart,
my
walks past him, and just hands it to Jack.
I'd be like, "Thank you. This is it means a lot. Someone of your stature."
You're
Would
most
I
welcome.
be able to get one as well?
Yes.
Can I get one if they're valuable?
As he's writing that one for Sarkhan, I'm just going to lean in and just go, "Sarkhan, who the fuck is he?"
He gives one to Sarkin. He signed another
Thank
one. Gives one to Yuki and just goes, "Kitty, do you want one?"
I know who you are. Though, you look
You
a lot,
should.
a lot healthier than the version I know.
Whole story there. We'll tell you about it over a drink later.
Oh, I
I'll
don't
accept
drink, but I
one.
would like to hear it. It
I'll
does sound
accept one
interesting.
from this. A full powered Centaurus.
I mean,
He signs one and gives it to you.
typically information for information is the way of the world, so we could tell you our story if you would impart us with the information.
I don't need to impart you with anything. This is the college. You're here to learn. I give information freely. What is it you're after? The library's downstairs if you needed books. We've got another library at the back of the college. That one's got all of the things on the Arcanum and Divine Magic. I've got an observatory upstairs if you wanted to have a little look at the stars. They are beautiful even during the day. You can see them. I don't know, what else do we have?
Actually, after all the information and, if possible, the whereabouts of a vampire lord named Eliath.
Oh, Eliath! Yes, not a problem. I've got... Wait, what?
Everything you have would be amazing.
And then
No,
also a look
No,
at the stars
no,
would be good
no,
too.
no, 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 no,
If it
and no.
helps, it's to save
Did-
the prince.
Did you not just say we're here to learn?
Yes, but not about him.
Why not?
Because you'll die.
Wouldn't be the first time.
We'll walk it off.
Oh yeah, that is. Rub some dirt in it. Yeah, that works.
I mean, to be
Well,
fair,
Worked
Centaurus,
for me.
he is from the Hells. He is from Mirrorverse. Sarkhan
I'm
is
from Fairview.
At the Hells, he gets right up close to Yuki. He's practically like, he just arms on both shoulders, and his owl head is like here in your face, and he's just like. You can see him, and you can almost feel him breathing on you. He
Say
gets
help.
one of your eyes, and he just kind of lifts up the eyelid slightly.
Help us out with. I could never say his name.
Eliath.
Illithid?
Eliath.
Eliath. It's good to spell Illithid. Help us out with Eliath. I'll let you study my hell's corrupted magic.
He gets hold of both of your like little nub horns, and just like kind of like starts moving your head.
They are
Oh.
attached.
They are stuck on. They're pretty damn good. And he pushes you back slightly. Interesting. So not quite human. He looks at Saeta. She's just slumped up against one of the chairs, just like.
Oh my God, Ryan! Ryan, it's Julius and his aide.
It is.
It is. I love it. I mean,
So the hells.
if you're hellbound from the Hells, you should speak to Zadar. He is from a mirror dimension.
You lost your magic where I'm from.
He comes over and he goes to grab you, and then just like,
Muscle.
no, I'll refrain from doing that. And he just looks at your face. and then you almost don't see it, and before you realize it, he's got one of your lips up, looking at a fang.
I just let out the typical blind grr.
Nice kitty. Goes back to his desk. He's like, right.
I am looking sexy.
So, right, okay, wait. Rummages through a bunch of paper.
Told you, information for information, guys. It's the way of the world.
What are you aiming to, what's happened? I need to, like, if there's, this, Sata, I don't, I'm good, there's just, she comes over, puts a hand on his back, she's like, breathe? No, you can't, no, it's just, he starts, like, hyperventilating.
I'll say again, to save the prince. I'm expecting him to have a heart attack at this point.
Let me play some calming music, and I'd start to try and play some music just to calm him down, as well. That's the background noise.
You play a couple of like chords, and he's just. You know you're going to die if you do this, right?
Probably.
Like Eliath is not just an ordinary vampire. There are ordinary vampires that he has sired and has under his control, but he is not an ordinary vampire.
He sounds.
I mean,
like...
how long have you been adventuring? Are you even equipped for this? Do you have holy water?
As we
I have
said,
radiance.
everything you can
That's a start.
provide would be any information is always good.
I mean,
Okay.
3 of us do have magic. 3 of us have powerful magic.
Magic is good when facing vampires, so that could work out quite well. You don't want to go in there with any normal normal weaponry because you'll do fuck all. Pardon my language. I don't usually swear, but this has got me in a bit of a tizzy. Come with me.
I'd also like to point out that Eliath did raid the capital and steal the crown prince.
And
Kidnap.
killed
He
half
goes
the
to
capital.
walk and he goes, "That was him."
Yes.
Oh,
So
he is getting bold.
you can see why we need to track him down.
Yes, I can. I'm surprised they've not sent the Queen's Guard. They would have been a lot more equipped for this.
And a lot noisier.
That is also true. You do
Have a
have the
go,
element
mate.
of surprise, but you've got him in full armor. Don't know how sneaky you're going to be.
Well,
I mean, have you ever seen a cat hunt? They can be sneaky when they want to be.
Very true. If you had a bag of holding, you could put people in it and sneak around, I suppose. I've always had a thought of doing this, but
I've heard of a story of that.
problem is the breathing.
Yeah.
yes, only 10 minutes and then just, yeah. Abusing that would be a really bad thing to do.
Oh
so-
my fucking
Yes.
god.
What?
There's a spell called Air Bubble which lasts 24 hours and just allows you to breathe. One of you needs to learn it. It can be cast on up to 10 willing people. Or 5.
Ideas!
Bag of holding on a tree and just
Right.
sleeping.
Anyway, if you want information, follow me. And he just goes, and he disappears.
Sayeta? What do we do?
She looks up
Of course,
you
he's
hear her.
upstairs.
upstairs. And then you get like you hear the no, where are they? They've got... And you hear footsteps, and then from the stairs you just kind of owl head just below the ceiling. Just well, come on then.
Do we have to take the stairs? This is not kind of some magical elevator? I'd ask, looking around.
They look like normal stairs.
And then look at Sayeta. Can you magic us up, or is that asking too much?
We've all
Just
walked
go.
away from him.
Oh, yeah, fine.
She goes as you walk up. She goes back to her table.
I didn't take you for a lazy bones, Jack.
It's more energy saving when needed.
You come up into a kind of a domed room with an open balcony, and on it is a rather large telescope. In the center is a clockwork mechanism of... How many of you would know about like celestial bodies, like planets
Jack would.
and things like that?
Been to the
There is
astral
only
state.
The
war.
science is more than anything.
There is only war.
I have a Jack would. Jack absolutely would. So
Okay, so what you see is a big ball in the middle, representing the sun. Two smaller planets that kind of orbit really close to each other, that kind of stay close to each other. Another one with 3 satellites around it. And then going out about 3 other larger bodies. And he walks past it and he goes, "Don't mind the mess." As you look around, there is no mess. Everything is immaculate.
Jack would come up the stairs, see that, and his jaw would drop, and he'd be like, "Wait, you have one of these? My mom used to tell me about these when I was a kid. We used to sit out and watch the stars, and she'd tell me all about them and the stories of the constellations and the planets and the planes. What? You have one of these?"
Yes, it was gifted to me a couple of years ago. Actually, it's a fairly new addition to the room. The third one there with the 3 little tiny ones that orbit around it.
Yes.
That's Teraann.
That would be, and I'd kind of look at the others and go, would that make that one where I came from, I think. But for those of you who are actually paying attention to Jack, there would be very much a look of actual childlike wonder. There'd be no mask on it. It would very much be, oh my god, this is amazing.
Point at Teraann, go, I'll buy one.
And then
As I see,
Go.
as I see the two that orbit very closely together, I point and go, "Hey, I've been there."
James, law point for you. Your Teraann now only has 2 satellites. The other one is there. It's broken.
Perry. I
Yes,
hate
darling.
you because I was also thinking that. It's like, what if I just say there was only 2 left?
Get out of my head.
No, we've known each other too long. Becoming one person.
It potentially could be. I mean, a lot is unknown about the plane traveling theory. You know, how people do it, where they actually are these other planets actual other planes? Because, I mean, if you look up, you can see them. You can see them through the telescope.
I just point to the third one, orbiting Teraann. Ours is a little more damaged.
Fascinating. What happened to it?
Before my time.
Oh, how
Destroyed
sad.
and it
Books
hatched
of
into a
birds.
dragon.
Stop a fucking time dragon.
That would be interesting, but a dragon of that size?
You obviously don't know how big a time dragon is.
Very true. I mean, I could imagine a moon becoming a god eater or something, but
That was a good reference.
I've heard they can transform as well. Josh got that one.
our 3 moons are under the protection of the moon goddess, so she does what she needs to, and they light our path. However, one can only be seen from the southern hemisphere, so most of the time up here we only have 2.
You say you could see the stars. You could see the different planes through your telescope.
Well, planes, planets, whatever people want to call them. Yes, you can.
Can you? I hate be very like. Wait, are you sure this is? Are you sure you?
Yes.
Okay, and yeah, that's it. Jack would be like, so tinkering like, oh, so is this how this works? And
As you go to touch it, no, don't. What do you want to see? I'll do it. It's very precise.
if I say everything, would you understand what I mean?
Pick one.
Polaris, the Northern Star, the brightest plane.
Very well.
It's on
He
fire.
goes over to the table, flicks through a book. Polaris. There. He comes back over, messes with a couple of dials, adjusts things, and you see the telescope kind of go from like that to like that. And then all of you feel like as the entire room spins. As you're looking out the balcony, you can see the rest of the city, but you are almost in like a dome of shade
We're in an
That's cast.
observatory.
around. So in here, it looks almost like it's nighttime. It turns for about 15, 20 seconds, stops. And he kind of looks and he goes, checks his dials and his readings on the book. Closes it, takes a step back.
I'd look at him and go, "Are you sure I'm allowed to use one of these?"
With your eyes only.
Just very earnest nod. Yes, yes, sir. And Jack would very much be then glued to this.
Perception check.
Please be good.
Who rolls that? I'm just going to say to the other two, I imagine you can just look out the window to see your plane.
16.
Well, literally.
It's like,
We s-
ah, yes, it's there.
Oh, no.
16. So what you see is it's quite fuzzy. Because from here, it's very far away. And as you're looking, everything's almost moving. You try and steady yourself because you think, oh my god, maybe this is nerves, maybe it's me. You take a deep breath, you calm yourself, you look back in, and everything's still moving. And he goes, I know exactly why you've just done that. Don't worry, it's not you.
What is that? What is causing that?
The planes have something between them, almost like a lattice network. Stops the other planes from viewing them as clearly as they should be. But you should be seeing a rather light ball. Unfortunately, you probably won't get any more detail from it, but that is the plane.
That is more than I ever thought I would ever see. My mom told me stories about the other planes and the stars and the constellations, what they could be, and just yeah. This is
As you look through again, you almost make out continents. Almost. You're not sure if it's your brain telling you they're there, or you do actually see them. But you'd like to think it is. You do actually see them.
This is a gift you have given me that I can never thank you enough for. This is a part of my history that I never thought I would fulfill.
I lean over to Yuki and just whisper, if he wasn't being so earnest, I would really like to cast Minor Illusion in front of that telescope.
I think we need to get one for the ship to keep him quiet.
That is an excellent idea.
Centaurus puts a hand on your shoulder. Maybe one day you might get to go back, but who knows? Home isn't necessarily where you get told it is. Home is where you make it. Oh, on with what we were here for. And he walks past you.
I'm going to stay glued to this, like just watching.
My home is certainly where I left it.
Yes, another version of us. Do tell.
Yes, the elves never signed the peace treaty. Everyone else lost their magic. The elves kept it. Anubis is our defender. And you, in particular, lost your magic and are now just a frail old man.
Everything in that sentence scares me.
It should.
Wow.
He takes his glasses off, kind of cleans them ever so slightly. Don't like the fact that I'm a frail old man. That ever happens to me. Oh my goodness, no. No, that would not happen. Anubis is good.
He created 8 to save us. I hear a Arcus in this world is quite the formidable opponent, but where I am from, I'm quite friendly. He saved my life numerous times.
With that, he kind of
It's
head
quite-
up slightly, goes kind of all the way back to look at Jack. Just to check that you're not like touching anything, but like also kind of there's a note of like, "Are you okay?" type thing. And he looks back to
As he looked over,
Sidar.
I'd be like, I'd point at the book and go, "Can I look at the book?"
He gives you a nod while his head's backwards, and then looks back at Sidar.
Still odd. Still odd.
So, I wonder how that works. We do still have a Church of Anubis here, actually, in the city. There are no worshippers there anymore. But I mean, if you wanted more information, you could potentially go, because gods exist on multiple planes doing multiple things. So, Anubis being here and being the bastard that he is completely contradicts with the Anubis that you know.
It could be very well. Here he's vengeful, and where I'm from, he could be sympathetic.
Using
Hopeful.
2 lives. The gods are mysterious, but I've never heard of that before. I mean, I suppose that would be like Bahamut being really good in our plane and a dick in another.
At the mention of that, I just go, I mean, he is a really nice guy. He serves a good cup of tea.
He turns, looks.
I'm
not even going to ask how you know that, and to be quite frank, I don't want to know. This is religious talk. I am not religious. I'm a man of the arcane, an owl of the arcane. Who? What?
Then you should very much know that the gods exist.
You've done something funny with your hair. It looks good.
Have you tweaked your mane slightly?
I tried tying it up, but I haven't brushed it yet after the shower, so it's very fucking knotty.
Oh, unfortunately, you failed. Take your gauntlets off. That'll help. You'll get more grip.
For fuck's sake. Actually,
Right,
here's
anyway.
a question. Could what are you? Is it Lion Elf the race?
Leonin.
Leonin, that's it. Could a Leonin use their claws as like a detangler comb for their mane?
100%. It'd be shitty because there's only you'd only get 5 rungs on it.
Yeah, but you could very easily, like, just. But the dexterity you get compared to a normal comb, you could really detangle stuff really well if you got knots in a mane.
Yes, you could.
Oh my god, a Leonin hairstyle, Leonin hairstylist.
Maybe when the war's won.
I feel like a tabaxi'd be better.
No, a tabaxi would lick it till it was clean, and nah, I feel
And
like Leonin
when the
would
war's won, he just goes, for which reality?
Hopefully mine, for I'd like to see my people survive. Rather than kill my friends in this twisted one.
As horrible as your reality sounds, I mean, it does draw parallels with this one, clearly. I hope that for you too. Now, my demon-human friend, and he looks at Sarkin.
Toothy smile.
He comes right up to you.
One hit it, the other
And he's like,
went with it.
oh,
Oh fuck.
why are you hunting him? You're basically kin.
Not my kin.
You're from one of the covens.
Yes.
Which one?
The Western.
The Western Coven. Oh, they are so nice over there. How is the city doing?
Very well, thank you very
Good, good. The elders still kicking around?
much. Absolutely.
Good, good. Give them my regards. I visited not that long back actually.
I just you met the elder.
Yes, multiple times. And the council. We have regular meetings. Not regular. Nah, not really. Semi-regular. I've met them once.
Just to see his like persona change, and he just is like, more fanatically, like almost fanatically, like, oh my god, you've met the elder type expression.
I'm assuming from the shaking glee that you haven't?
Oh, I'm still low level. I cannot believe you've met
Oh, you're new.
one of them. Well, yes, a couple of years in, but
Don't worry. He pats you on the shoulder. Your time will come. They'll invite you into the fold, and who knows? One day maybe I'll be having meetings with you instead.
one can only hope.
They're not easy to impress, but you're embarking on a rather dangerous mission, the four of you. Who knows? You might draw the eye of some people.
Or the
That
ire.
is
Hey.
the hope.
To business. Demon friend, what are you after?
Devil friend.
Ah, potato patreason. It doesn't matter.
Oh, demons are basically slaves.
So what were
Devil.
you?
A slave.
Potato patreason.
No, I killed the demons. They're pussies.
It's an interesting way to put it. Right. Okay, so what information do you need that I can provide? I will be as helpful as I most possibly can, but I need to know specifics and what you want to know.
Where's
Go.
the vampire? How do we kill it?
More specific.
Are there ways to? I hear they regenerate rather quickly. Is there ways to halt or interfere with it?
Yes, there are. There are more. Well, there are a few ways. In all fairness, and he goes over to a bookshelf. He's like, that one.
As he's doing
Flicks
that, I go,
through.
Centaurus, which is it to move it slightly to the next plane? Is it? And I'd kind of,
Don't touch it.
you sure?
Which one do you want to look at?
And I go,
Riley's having
let
an
me have a
episode.
look in the book and I'll let you know. And I
Okay.
go back to the book.
He flicks through.
Fuck.
He goes,
Not
that
fucking
one, and he runs over to Yuki, like slams a book in his hand. He's like, look, and he kind of grabs one of your horns and puts your head down slightly. Look, so holy water, it has to be properly blessed, properly ordained. I don't really think it matters which god. Maybe don't go with a bad one, but it just says holy water in this one. That splashed on them or ingested or something, just holy water in general should stop them regenerating. Radiant magic, also very good, kind of rare. So if you've got it, then
I've put my
brilliant.
claws up as they slowly radiate.
Don't let him die. He will be helpful. That will stop them. There are other things. So obviously, magical weapons do affect them. Regular weapons don't. With Eliath, there's rumors that even that might not be as effective, but that could just be propaganda to make sure that people don't come at him with magically blessed daggers.
You did
So
say he was different from other vampires. Is that just his level, or is there something else?
Oh no, he's so you got regular vampires that kind of your people, for example. You are obviously not quite one yet. Maybe one day. I'm not going to open that can of worms. Don't worry. Your people burn in the sun, that kind of stuff. Daylight, not all that crap. Yes, those normal. Him, sunlight. Who gives a shit? Holy water. I don't know. Maybe. Don't think he baths regularly, so no idea.
Oh my god, what if that's, like, above all, like, the reason vampires are scared of holy water isn't because it's holy water, it's just really clean water and they stink because they're dead.
Who knows? There's the whole the writings, and could be propaganda, could be true. Magical weapons, not so great. There's one that he's not from this realm. He's from the Fey realm.
At the mention
know
of the Fey
about that.
realm, I'd turn around and go, he is absolutely not Fey.
How do you know?
Let's just say I have had many interactions with Fey creatures. And he is...
You know the Feywilds are infinitesimally unique.
I think I would probably know that more than you, Centaurus.
I don't think you would.
Considering Jack, yes.
Why is Jack speaking about himself in the third person?
That bit was above board, you dickhead.
Jack speaks to himself in the third person to annoy the rest of the party members because Jack is brilliant.
It was something that James used to do when he was younger. All the fucking
James
time.
still does
Until
it
I
when he-
verbally beat it out of him.
And probably physically knowing you.
Nearly. He got close.
Oh.
James shall now talk about himself in third party outside of D&D.
It will be physical.
I'd like to see you try.
There will be a
Let's
beating.
get
My
physical.
money is actually on James now.
I'm
Not
durable.
hoping hell. Yeah, I'm
James.
smaller.
I got money on you.
I'll go for the nuts.
I'll just fall on you. You're screwed.
I don't fight. I fight dirty. You fight to win.
Yeah, I'll just fall. Then you're screwed.
No, I didn't go to the Prometheus school of running away from things. I'll sidestep.
That is still the best fucking thing that came out of that movie.
Yep. Also, after we had this little bit of a conversation about the Feywilds ago. Oh, speaking of which, can you direct this to the Feywilds?
He waves a hand, the room. And you see the dials turn by themselves.
Thank you. And head face straight back to it.
So
but
yes,
yeah.
he could be, couldn't be. There's a lot of speculation. If it me, and I wouldn't be this stupid, but if it was me, I'd go in fully prepared, like vampire hunter, crossbows, holy water, garlic, crosses. I don't know, anything.
Anyone know a werewolf?
Take all the holy symbol. I do actually.
Is he called Van Helsing?
Oh, for
No.
fuck's sake.
No, he lives in Ansharis.
Do you think he could pass the curse on to one of us?
Or all three of us? For
Eh,
us?
I don't think so. He's not the kind of person that would willingly want to pass the curse on.
Ah,
I-
one of those. Okay.
I want a
He's
werewolf
a vegan
blood. I've already got
werewolf.
devil blood. So I'd take my sword off my back and say, so I've got a magical, like, powerful devil sword. If I bathe that in holy water, do you think that'd do something?
I think the sword will explode.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't try. Oh, do try that actually. That might be quite fun.
I
Let me
kind
know
of
the results if you do.
But then if the sword explodes, we can reforge it into a better blade, one that could really take out the Dark Lord.
Can we?
Get out.
Oh no, the
Just
dis-
leave.
Not Jack. Sure.
I mean, it would take me 3 minutes to get to his house.
2.5 if you actually didn't obey the speed limits. Oh.
There-
So-
there-
I'll
just- there are
I'll be up
speed
in 3.5 hours. I'm going to beat the shit out of him.
So, Eliath isn't affected by the sun. Is there anything else that has been tested that doesn't work?
Life doesn't go out very often. But. Wait, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. And he blinks out. You're all kind of left in the room for a little bit.
Can I look at Elysium, please?
You don't get a response.
Damn it. And I
While
can't-
he's gone, anything you want to kind of do?
I would start.
Styles.
I'd like. This is exactly what I was gonna do. I'd have the book and I'd be like, okay. Would the book kind of tell me how to use it, or is it just
Well,
okay? I'd be.
got the names of like planes, stars, that sort of stuff, and then just numbers.
Oh, like coordinates.
Maybe.
I'd be looking at the telescope, trying to figure out what each star does, and I'm like, Almost going to touch it a few times and twist the dial, but seems deciding not to.
I choose life.
Be flicking through this book that he kind of threw into my hand.
No thanks. I choose life. The last melon.
Taekwondo's attack!
Well, there goes
And
our
what are their stakes?
the fact it fucking slams the watermelon.
Well, many the moody mammoth, or many the melancholy, many the.
It's worrying how good of a Sid the Sloth impression you do. You didn't have many friends growing up, did you?
What do you mean impression? He is Sid.
Wow, I went bad and he went worse.
It's alright. When I can do it, I can actually do a decent Alucard from the Alucard Abridged.
I think you'd be able to do perfect Self, same voice actor, but his voice is less strained.
Alucard isn't that hard to do.
No, he's not.
It's just very deep and has a lot of.
It's
gravitas.
not. It's surprisingly, it's not as deep as you think it is.
No. You
That's
done
gonna be
good.
Eliath, right?
I know Elias' voice. Are you going to use the same voice?
He better.
He better.
We'll find out. Hopefully.
Ruins
So-
my immersion otherwise.
So to
It's a
clarify,
big-titted police girl.
Eliath was one of Perry's
Bitches
characters
love
from an old
cannons.
campaign, so we know this man. Oh,
His very first ever character.
yeah.
Thing is, that there is no voice for Eliath. Eliath is just me posher.
Yeah.
A voice.
He's gonna go with a Brummy accent now.
Perry, you're from the
Hey
South
lads,
Coast.
how you doing? I know that was Brummy. I don't know what Brummy.
That was not
Very
Brummy.
Oh, sorry. I'll just
be
have
fair,
him come and just be
Perry-
like, "Good day, guys. How we doing?"
You're from the South Coast. You're already posh.
Very true.
Beyond's cousins from down south.
Hey, Bonza, I'm Eliath. How we doing?
At the risk
Come
of
on
getting,
in. I got some humans on the barbie.
At the risk of getting stabbed at work on Monday because he's listening to the stream, Phil's got a Brummy accent.
Wait the 10 seconds.
Wait. I'm
Nothing
waiting for
against you, Phil, but it's one of the worst accents ever.
No, Perry, just wait. I'm waiting for it. I really hope he's still watching, otherwise this is awkward.
Heard it just about now. We haven't dropped down from 4, so the question
I'm
is
watching.
free to type.
He is doing well.
He's probably in a raid and can't type then.
Yeah, he's probably not even listening. Anyway,
I'm gonna
after
pay
sort of
for that on
like
Monday.
about a minute or so, he just blinks back in. He's got 3 books in his hands. He's like, "Come here." And he walks over to a desk and just lays all 3 books out. Is Jack staying over there?
I'd be like, do you need me or can I stay?
Do you want to die on this mission you're going on? If I were you, I would pay attention.
Stay over there.
Okay.
Keep moving the pretty plans.
Wow.
As you come over, he goes, "The observatory's not going anywhere. If you want to come back at any point, I'm more than happy to show you anything else."
Wait, really? You'll let me come
Yes.
back?
Yes? Why wouldn't I?
This isn't a one-time thing. You'll let me use this again?
If you come back again, yes. People showing an interest in this room is, well, very rarely happens.
Oh, well.
I'm just imagining the owl burping there.
Owl pellet. Whoops.
Okay, I will be back. If I ever need to retire Jack, I know where he's going.
Fucking look at planes.
Right. So,
Enemy.
I think it's in this one, and he flicks through a couple of pages. Right. So, let me backtrack a second. So you're after Eliath because he attacked our sister city, Ansharis.
Mhm.
In doing so, stole the prince.
Crown Prince and unleashed a vampire plague which wiped out about half the city. The lower ring is gone.
To fire.
Well, vampires, undead. Makes sense. Okay, this is starting to make a little bit more sense.
Would you care to enlighten us as to why?
Yes. Flicks through a couple of pages. Here. So, I'm unsure as to how versed you all are, as he looks around. With regards to the history of the war itself, 800 odd years ago, that was when humanity decided, sorry, Zadar. It's probably the reverse in yours, so just take it with a pinch of salt.
Not quite so long ago.
Interesting time difference. No, don't get distracted. The 800 years ago-ish, bit more, kinda. The humans did and warred with people. Took them a while. They took the 2 continents. Then they tried to push into Sanctuary. Got a little foothold, then were expelled by the Silver Star and small alliances from other kingdoms in and around Sanctuary, which do to this day still remain predominantly independent. However, the Silver Star were losing, and they were losing badly. So the Queen employed the services of a group of people known as the Mist Legion.
That doesn't sound worrying at all.
Quite.
Ah.
The Mist Legion were unseen warriors. They put fear into the hearts of the Silver Star and the Imperium. They'd show up out of nowhere, wipe out Imperial forces, and be gone. Almost always at night, and almost always bite marks would be found on slain soldiers.
Did the Queen know she'd hired vampires?
He holds up a finger. Goes through another book. This book has a lock on it. He waves his hand, and it just
In my
cracks open.
experiences, books that are locked away for a reason.
This is where things get interesting, because I should not be showing you this in the slightest, so I never did. And if you say I did, I'll deny all knowledge of it.
What did you show us?
Exactly, thank you. He flicks through a couple of pages, and the pages are excessively delicate as he turns them over. This book is almost like a memoir from the Queen. She gave it to me as a birthday gift. Turns out, yes, she did exactly know who she was hiring. She did it on a contract. The Silver Star were going to lose. There was no way they would have been able to keep the humans at bay. Not with the meager forces that they had and the meager time that they had to prepare them. Sanctuary is just a bunch of rabble kingdoms that fight just as amongst each other as they do the Imperium. The Queen had to resort to desperate measures. She hired the Mist Legion to help push back and deal with the humans. She paid a hefty price for it. I don't know the specific details of the contract, but you can imagine it was gold and secrecy as to what they were and what she'd done. One can only imagine if they've come out of hiding now and taken the prince. Something must have happened with that contract. But what? I don't know. Eliath is said to be a member.
Not the leader?
Who's to say? Hardly anything is documented on the Mist Legion. And that is... We don't know if it was them, propaganda, misdirection, or truth. There's no way to tell.
So that would mean he has been around for nearly 800 years at least. Potentially longer.
It would indeed.
He's old. An old...
He closes the book
alienated
and it...
power.
And there was no mention at all of what this contract contained in the memoirs?
Unfortunately not. Even writing it down, she was still mum on that.
So you could say this Goliath has had a, I say an elvish long journey, which is Anlemma.
Is that what Anlemma means?
Yes.
Wow.
How long you've been waiting to put that into conversation?
I put it into conversation a lot during the campaign of Anlemma.
He did.
Did you?
Josh is just
Yes.
forgetful.
Because I swear you had the same reaction during the Anlema campaign.
So,
He did indeed. There's also a plane called Anlema. You can see it from here.
is there any other information on any of the Mist Legion?
In terms of what? Like strength, capability, numbers, that sort of thing?
You said information was scarce, but if we were going to hunt down one, if we knew of a different one, we could potentially track
And-
him down through that.
And is
Or
there a prerequisite to join? Because we could potentially use that to garner further information.
The Mist Legion are a very secretive group, and I don't know why they called themselves Legion, because there wasn't that many. We're looking at like 10 tops, but
We-
all powerful,
Whoa.
very powerful. They may have bolstered their numbers since, but not with vampires of that caliber.
I doubt there are many vampires of that caliber that have been around that long.
They are a rare breed, and I would love to study one. It would be my life's greatest achievement. But things aren't in the pipeline.
I mean,
in your opinion, if we were to go up against Goliath, would the other members of the Legion aid him, turn up, hunt us down?
From what I can gather from her memoirs, the Mist Legion was already a disorganized and frantic group. If she's pissed off one, which, knowing the Queen, it's highly likely. It depends. If the offense has caused the others harm, they are, in many aspects, separate entities. They just work together very well. But I don't think they owe each other any loyalties. So the odds are you kill one, you give the other 9, 11, however many there are, more power. You'd probably be doing them a favor, to be perfectly honest.
we could
That
potentially
is
levy
good
that
to know.
in our favour then.
And do you have any idea of Goliath's whereabouts now?
Yes. But before I tell you, I don't just want you running off and getting yourselves killed.
We would need to figure out a way to weaken him first. I imagine if we went at him right now, we would all be killed very quickly.
How long ago was the attack on Ansharis?
2 weeks. Tops. No. Wait, no, it's only been 4 days, hasn't it?
Took you 3 days to get here. The attack was about 2-ish days before you arrived at
It's about
Or we
Ansharis. So yeah, it's about a week.
about a week it's been.
Slightly less, about 6 days. I mean, even a vampire like him would need time to... Well, especially a vampire like him that's powerful would need time to recharge, gain their strength back. Soon, rather than later, might be the perfect time to hit him.
Even more reason to get his whereabouts then.
Very well. To the north, just below the glittering keep, there's a small forested area. It's all dead now. In there, you will find Frailheart Manor.
Interesting choice of name.
Quite. That was his last known recorded whereabouts. If the prince has been taken and he still resides there, it's as good a place as any to start.
Being
Hunt
so
begins.
being so close to the Glittering Keep, do you think they would offer assistance?
No, not at all.
Why?
They don't deal with organics.
But why?
I don't know. They don't deal with organics. We've never had the option to ask them.
Have they always been there?
Not always.
Has Iteration 5 ever had any dealings?
He claims to have, but then he is old. So I don't know how good his memory is working at the moment.
You could almost say he's had an lemma.
You could. Could. Doesn't really leave the grounds anymore, though.
Maybe it worth talking to him to find out.
You could. But this man is underneath the city, so I don't know what going to the Glittering Keep would do to help.
They may
What are you
have
thinking? What's rattling around in your brain?
songs mostly, but
Oh, so not much. Okay.
bit of this, a bit of that. If
Shake your bum bum bum.
his last known location is under the Glittering Keep, who's to say he doesn't have connections in the Glittering Keep?
I mean, he's dead, but he's still organic. I highly doubt they deal with him.
What if they don't know?
What
are you getting at?
He's not metal clad.
What if the best place to hide was in the Glittering Keep? If he had a hideout, a lair as such, in the keep, it wouldn't necessarily affect the Warforged because they aren't organic. And if he was smart, which he would have to be to have lived this long and be cunning, he would surely be able to hide it in such a way. But think about it, if it was there, he would be able to rest with no fear, because who's going to go to the Glittering Keep looking for the boogeyman?
However, under that premise, going to them wouldn't help because they wouldn't know anyway.
True. It's just
So
ideas.
either way, we'd still have to go to the manor and investigate first.
No, I never looked at it that way.
Oh no, I've given the DM ideas.
If he was
Shit.
working with the Glittering Keep, he could hide
I'm
There.
sorry, guys.
and hide the prince there. That is to say, he's still with the prince. He may have handed the prince off to somebody else. Oh, goodness.
He could have handed
This
him off to
opens
the
up a
prison.
whole new can of worms. Okay, so
What is the Glittering Keep's political affiliation? Would they... is
they
it
don't
just-
have one.
They are completely neutral.
Yep. Completely autonomous. Completely neutral. No skyships go near there. They will get shot down. Which means if you're traveling there, you'll have to go on foot.
Wouldn't be the first time I've travelled somewhere dangerous on foot.
Well, the journey to it isn't that bad as when you reach the forest.
I mean, a forest of death is always dangerous.
Usually, yes. That's kind of implied in the name.
Exactly.
Is there anything else you can tell us about the forest? Is there any things we should prepare or be aware of?
Stay on the path. Definitely stay on the path. Don't wander from the path. Don't eat the little fungus that's kind of blue with the little purple dot on the top. Don't do that. You'll be tripping balls for hours.
Eating random mushrooms is never normally a good idea.
No, true. But if you're on a study mission,
Of course, that would be different. Analysing the after effects and the potential medicinal properties of said mushrooms.
for people that do it, diarrhea for days.
Huh.
Any other dangers or
There are things in those woods. Just stay on the path. They won't bother you if you don't make too much. And he looks at Zadar. If you don't make too much noise.
Mm.
Kitty may cause trouble.
He's not the problem.
Kitty can fly.
There is the problem.
Have you ever met Dragneel? Of the crystal variant?
No, I have not.
Would you
Would
like
you allow to entertain a guest?
His eyes narrow. Yes.
Poof!
Oh my!
Swiftwing is his name. I say, give him a little scratch on his forehead.
And as soon as you reach up to give him a scrooch, you notice he is like right up in Swiftwing's grill. He's just there, just looking around, looking under his chin at like some of the crystals and stuff. Not
Take it
like close
slow.
to, but not touching.
Take it slow. He's not a fan of others.
You say that, and then he just gum lift, looking at teeth. Kind of
There would be
looking like-
a loud growl from Swiftwing.
He doesn't react to it. He's too engrossed. He just puts the gum down, gives him a nice little pat, runs over, goes over to one of the claws, looks at it, kind of goes around like one of the claws, looking at it, almost if he's like measuring it for thickness. Like you can see his facial expression in his mind just working and working. Swiftwing's kind of stood there, like really, like not liking it, but also like the fuck.
The balls on this man.
And then you see him, he crouches with his knees and just lifts Swiftwing's like front kind of paw thing. And Swiftwing almost just goes like, almost lifts it as a kind of a, what the fuck? And he's just holding it like, he's got some good weight to him. Not saying that you're fat. That's not what I meant. It's just, you're looks over a wing, kind of. You need to eat more. Not a lot, just a little bit more.
He is fed well.
I'm not disputing that in the slightest. However, no, He looks at Swiftwing. I know what will do it. He goes over to one of his drawers, pulls out a bag. This. Hands it to you.
My hand was at the camera. It just had to slowly go.
Kind of drops it in your hand. It's a leather bag. There's something in it, but it doesn't really feel much heavier than the leather. As you put your hand in, you feel almost sand. That is a mixture of gem dusts. Whatever you feed him, just sprinkle a little bit of that, almost like seasoning.
Have you just given him calcium powder that you'd give to like a bearded dragon?
Essentially, yeah. Other things, don't worry. Just sprinkle of that on it, and he'll be his crystals will shine a bit better. His wings will look better. Do you think he looks good now? My God, Swiftway, you're going to look beautiful in a few days. So yes, back to seriousness. Apologies. You have a. He's beautiful. Absolutely, just pats him.
Swiftwing's sort of stunned. Like, what the fuck is going
Like
on?
the brass balls on this owlin. Comes back over to his desk, closes the book, turns around to you guys. This is no small feat that you are planning to undertake. I hope you realize that. Eliath has done, well, potentially a lot, if everything that is claimed to be accredited to him is accredited to him. If the Queen sent you on this mission, I highly suggest you don't fail. But you need a plan before you go in. You need resources. Potentially.
Step 1 of the plan is not to die.
That should be step 1 through Z. All of them should be not to die.
Very much so.
I don't need to know it. But is there any other information that you need or would like?
Where would be the best places to acquire said resources to arm ourselves against these creatures?
I would definitely try the temples.
Any particular one?
Any one of them will do, but if you have particular affiliation with any, or feel drawn to any, then I would suggest that one. Because even though the gods aren't here, they're potentially still looking out for us.
And if
Well,
we did,
I wouldn't say we had much affiliation, but then we apparently did meet Bahamut the other day, so maybe we'll try that one.
it was an interesting meeting.
Yes, this you can definitely tell me all about when you come back, because I need to set up a whole zone of truth thing, because I just want to make sure that you're not yanking my feathers.
Fair enough. They don't
I've
believe
never
me,
plucked
but
them.
I mean, have you ever met an old man that could command a Dragneel and that had a golden canary?
No.
Neither had I until the other day.
I mean, it could just be coincidence.
It could, but there was something about him. A level of gravitas and presence that, yes.
But I can't wait to hear this story upon your return. You seem like a scrappy bunch of people, so if anyone can do it, you're not the rank and file soldiers of the Imperium, so if anyone can do it, it's always the misfits that seem to get.
If we did need to get stronger, where would be the best to train or practice fighting these vampire kin?
To be honest, I don't know.
Is
The manor is their last known location.
Fuck, what
If
happened?
Eliath is there, it'll be tricky. If he's not, there'll probably be some things around to beat up.
Hopefully a prince to rescue.
Hopefully.
You never know, we might catch him on an off day. He might have gone out.
And is there any information or even rumours of his coven size?
Not as of late. We've not dealt with vampires in the city for a long time, and I'm very surprised you managed to get in.
Unique constitution.
Well, I suppose, being from the covens, you're not exactly inherently evil. So, it makes sense that you made it past the wards.
It wasn't the greatest experience.
Oh no, it still won't be. They're designed to hurt.
Why is it
Yes.
spicy?
And Hellboy there managed to get in purely for the fact that we still have churches dedicated to your gods.
My gods? Oh, I wasn't allowed to know about any gods.
And what did you do while you were there?
Kill, kill, kill. Suicide mission. Kill. Escape.
You just keep piling on the stories for when you come back. Must know all of these things. And I will write them down and I will chronicle it. Should you succeed, that is.
Well, in that case, hopefully see you soon.
I do hope so. You have been tremendous company.
I have to say you've been most gracious.
Oh, thank you. I do try. It's not very often that I get visitors or people that I have to deal with more than my staff, so it's been good.
And
Is there anything else?
Oh,
just for when we return in the future, is there like a token or something we can show the gatekeeper to allow us in?
I was just about to go down that
Or
route as well, Jack.
access to other resources and the college?
Oh, iteration 5. No. He will I'll let him know of your association status.
Much obliged.
Any chance I could get a moment in private? Once these guys have sodded off.
Of course, yes.
Wound
Jack, would you
lady.
like one last look through the telescope?
If you would allow me, yes.
He waves his hand and the telescope itself just kind of moves ever so slightly. Take a look.
I would look.
Perception check.
Please be good. Oh. 18.
You see a smudge. Quite large. Not round. Sort of all over the place. Pinks, purples, greens, blues, browns, yellows. You don't know what you're looking at because it all, while it's shimmering, the shimmering is almost slower here, but the shape itself keeps changing its colors.
What am I looking at? I don't know this one.
I thought you knew more about the Fey realm than I did.
Not from this angle.
What have we learnt about making grandiose claims?
Also, Perry had already looked at the Feywild through this thing. That was the
No, he
second thing I looked at. It was.
Wasn't?
It was.
That's what he asked to look at.
Yeah.
What was the second thing you looked at?
Yeah, the first thing was Polaris. The second thing was the Feywild.
Oh, second thing he didn't put to the Fey realm.
All right.
Perry can be like, yeah.
Yeah, he tricked you.
That's why I had that reaction, because I thought I'd already looked at the Feywild.
It's one of many.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, is that a centaur in that one?
The Fey realms like to split themselves apart. Every now and then they'll form more than others. That's why they are quite difficult to document. However, that one, first one you looked at, which I think was the second one that you asked to see, if I'm not mistaken, that one is the Fey realm that is off of Polaris. Those two are interlinked. That Fey realm was the one that was linked with us. Both the same, yet different.
I do wonder what type of Fae reside there.
So do we.
I'll let you know once I've gone a visiting.
Oh, please do. Come back with many stories. I will document all of them.
Oh, I have many stories I could tell you.
For another time?
Another time.
Gives you a bow. I believe, Yuki, you wanted a moment in private.
Hmm.
I'll leave.
Oh. Bye. Bye.
I would give him a bow and then leave, looking longingly at that telescope. I catch up with Sarkhan and be like, we really need to get one of those for the ship. Do you think Zathara will put it on the foredeck?
No.
I was saying that to Sarkhan. You're not
You hear
there!
a voice from in front of you, just slightly a few steps.
I highly doubt it, but if you pay for one yourself, then maybe.
I'm sure.
Do you put Swiftwing back in his Pokeball?
I would.
Pal ball!
Okay. So they walk down the stairs. How private do you want this conversation?
Between you and me, ideally. It's not something that would be looked on very lightly.
He waves a hand and the stairs disappear.
Is this a secret chat conversation?
Possibly.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, let's go into a secret.
Okay.
Chat, 'cause why not?
Not
you
a
guys entertain the followers.
dream can. No.
Hey,
Bum,
fucking
bum.
point it.
Ah.
I'm on the wrong thing.
Bye, bitch.
Right, well, they're not here.
Spooky, scary
I
skeletons.
definitely feel like we need to level up a couple of times before we fight Eliath.
Don't think we're going to be allowed.
I gave the stat sheet to Perry. Few levels ain't gonna do it.
Oh shit, it's like a CR24 creature, isn't it?
No. Still strong. Like add 10 levels maybe?
I'm hoping
Well-
he's rebalanced. Or he gives us a
I
Deus
doubt
Ex...
we'll fight him himself.
Or unless he gives us a Deus Ex Machina thing of someone joining us.
I think she's even strong enough.
I didn't mean Zathara.
Oh. Yeah, she's not strong enough.
I don't know. She would definitely help.
No. No.
I don't know.
I've seen
But-
her. I've seen her.
I've got the character sheet too. She's level 16. She's not high enough level.
She could help more than we would.
We'd be one shot. She'd be 4.
Oh yeah, Jack. She can cast Disintegration Ray at 8th level, and I was this close to getting Quetz disintegrated because if she'd have hit me with it, the minimum damage was enough to one-shot me. This close to losing Quetz.
We were so close.
Thankfully, it didn't happen, right?
Yeah, thankfully.
It's all right. I've got some interesting things planned for Quetz. I've got some interesting things planned for a few people.
I have so many interesting things planned. Perry's told me to stop.
Are these all for Zadar or for the backup characters?
Zadar. Well, I'm quite happy with that. It's backup characters, and I'm helping Perry prize law. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right. I think
I need to think up a good new backup character.
I think I gave Perry an idea of where to put Eliath. Did you see the
Yeah,
look
you
on
were
his
talking.
face?
I was just like, stop talking. Stop talking.
Stop talking, Jack. Stop talking.
You could see the look of glee on his face of, oh, that DM moment when your players come up with like a situation that's 10 times worse than what you would thought of, and you're just like, yes, that's what's happening. It's like my manga from Overlord. Yes, that is exactly what I was planning to do this entire time.
You think that is the only part of his plan?
Yes,
Ugh.
you have scratched the surface.
Quick, write it down. What's the... Yep.
He thought so far ahead. Yes, of course I did.
You either think that far ahead that you are thinking that far ahead, or you just do nothing and they presume you are.
Exactly.
In other words,
Cookie.
4 days.
Where's Marine?
Space Marine!
Wait, is it 4 days?
Well, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it releases at midnight on Wednesday, so... The pre-download isn't available yet still, which saddens me.
It probably won't for a couple of days.
I'm thinking Wednesday, if I'm honest.
What's this for, sir?
I'm thinking
Space Marine
Thursday.
2. No, they wouldn't do it the day of, because that would limit... They wouldn't do it the day before. Space Marine 2, Jack. It's going to be good. Warhammer nuts.
Nice.
Yeah, boy.
Salt Marine. Perry wants to be Bulwark. And I'm like, I might just go heavy, so we got the heavy bolter.
I am absolutely being Mr. Assault Marine. Have they got the chainsaw, or are they wielding other things? They're the Thunderhammer, aren't they?
They have access to all the melee weapons, including
All of them?
chainsaw.
Eh,
Chainsaw, Thunderhammer,
Chainswords, okay.
probably not Power Fist, because I don't think Power Fists. would
Power
be
Fist
very
is
good.
the Bulwark specific, I think.
No. Bulwark are the sword and power sword.
Mm.
No, sword and power sword. Power sword and shield with the banner. They're based on the Warhammer shit. What are they called? Blade Guard. That's it.
Right. No, this is Space Marine 1. That doesn't...
Because power fists are very slow and don't look very cinematic.
Oh, I don't know. Power Fist look great.
Not compared to a Thunderhammer, which does the same job. Literally.
I will look at that video when we're not on stream.
Probably sensible. So, plan. Run
they're coming
at,
back.
Die.
run into forest.
And there. Keep going, yeah.
That is my plan. Ta-da!
Our best bet.
Evil plan.
Evil, evil man. I'm good, he cried, so very deep inside. Deep down inside, I'm good.
Okay, so you will exit. You will die. No.
Goliath was waiting
Yeah.
for us.
Sorry, he's trying to kill us now.
Perry or
You
Elias?
will.
Both.
Centaurus. There's a meteor coming for us right now. Actually, we should run.
Oh, I believe you.
You will walk downstairs, and Saeta kind of turns around as you guys initially come downstairs. So, how does it go?
I mean, we know where he might be.
Oh, good. The headmaster sent you off to your deaths. Excellent.
He has given us some preparations as well.
He is very useful when it comes to things like this. It's not my specialty, but he has his ways. Are you done with the college for today then?
I think for the moment, we need to gather some resources.
Well, we have one of the finest cities on this continent, so have a browse, have a look. Plenty of temples. You're going after vampires. You'll probably need something like that.
Could do with
Have
a
a look.
paladin.
Or two.
There are muscles for hire. We have mercenaries in the city.
Above board, is that something you'd let us do?
You're just hire the entire city.
Yeah.
Guys, why don't we hire some paladins? Have them
Right.
smite the fuck out of Eliath for us.
Or, why don't we just rile up this entire very zealous city and, in the name of your god.
Zuh.
Paladins are very douchey though. Like,
Yeah, but they hit hard, and it's easy radiant damage.
Most of the temples do have paladins and clerics that are devoted to them. I'm sure you could find one or two that would give up their duties for a while to go on your merry crusade.
Even if we did, I feel like we'd need more concrete evidence of his location rather than where he was last seen.
True. Well, be your own scouting party.
As long as I don't get shot down, I think we can make good.
Good. Well, if you're done with the college today, then by all means. She gestures to the stairs. Oh, and tell Zathara. Actually, no, never mind. And she turns back to her table. It's the quill. Starts writing.
Are you sure?
Quite sure.
Zadar walks downstairs.
I'll follow.
Josh is thinking, does he want to test death?
I'm thinking, do I probe for information?
Do I power word kill?
She's
Yes.
weaker than Zathara, I'm good.
You don't know that. Yes, Zathara counterspelled her, but she might not have been doing a very powerful spell.
True.
Could have been a fucking cantrip.
FYI, it was.
A powerful spell or a cantrip?
Cantrip.
Okay.
Produce flame.
Look scary! Ah.
It was absolutely firebolt.
Hey, if she's high enough level, produce flame's terrifying to him.
So's firebolt.
Yeah,
Firebolt
yeah,
hurts.
Damn.
As I walk, I like Jack so much though. Okay, fuck it. I need
You
to
never
know.
struck me as a pussy.
Wow,
Infinitely
Jack is though.
profound.
True.
I'd walk past and go, out of curiosity, her mother or her father's side?
She looks at you. Mothers.
Oh, I caught that! I would raise an eyebrow and then just give her a nod. And
Oh,
then-
you. The accent was a fake.
Oh,
It was an accident.
oh, never mind. I don't do that. That would have been such a cool, like, fuck you, Barry. And I'd go, interesting, and give her the nod and walk down.
Is that all you wanted to know?
Yes.
So everybody leaves, and
I
at
feel like
the
if I push
bottom.
too much, I will die.
Okay. You've got iteration 5 at the bottom. And as you come down, he's like, so, how did everything go?
Splendidly, thank you.
Good. Is your business with the college now concluded?
For
Temporarily.
now.
It'll be pleasant to hear that we'll have a pass from the headmaster.
Until the headmaster tells me otherwise? Okay.
Iteration 5, just before we do leave. Have you had any dealings with the Glittering Keep?
He just stares at you. Tilts his head. What do you mean, dealings?
Do you go visit? Do you have connections there?
No.
Did you come from there?
No.
Are you older than it?
No.
Oh.
Have you ever been there?
No.
Is no all you can say.
No.
Conundrum detected.
Would you
Saying
tell
no
us...
now would affirm your statement, but saying yes would be incorrect. So no.
Would you tell us even if you had?
No.
I thought as much. How close and how? Well, the headmaster said Frailheart Manor, sorry, is directly under the Glittering Keep. Is that correct?
The headmaster over-exaggerated slightly, if that's what he said. Frailheart Manor is not directly
Odd meters
underneath.
below.
It is... about half a mile, give or take a few inches, south of below the Glittering Keep. Glittering Keep does loom above it, slightly more towards the north.
And what is the range of the anti-air weapons that the Glittering Keep has, if you know?
I'm afraid I'm not privy to that information. The Glittering Keep does have a strong anti-air defense around itself and the entirety of the rock that it is situated on.
What is that rock made out of, actually, out of curiosity? Because I've never seen anything like it before. A rock of that size floating.
It is made out of Teraann.
You should have seen that one coming.
I really should have. You're right. Thank you, Zadar.
He looks to Zadar. It was literally pulled from the earth.
Magic or artificers? Which did
Sorry.
We do not know.
I smell a side quest, guys.
Don't,
Eh.
because then I'll have to go to Chippeku to get the fucking map that I wanted.
Who cares about the prince? Let's find the city origin.
Hey guys, there's a question mark on the map over there. Let's go. Oh, what was I? Who was I? What were we playing the other night that we were like that with? That we said it was like
Defiance.
Dawn Defiance, yeah. Oh, look, a question mark. Oh, look, a question mark. Oh, look, a question mark. We need to collect this resource, but question mark. This is why The Witcher 3 took so long to complete.
Please, follow me. And he leads you guys out. Out the courtyard. Towards the gate, where you see Zathara leant up against the wall. Arms crossed. Cheers you guys coming over. She looks... You can see that her eyes are a little bit red. Not as bad as if she'd been like bawling her eyes out, but you can see it's more like frustration and holding back, angry crying. Hello, Smoosh.
Jack is not suicidal enough to probe that.
Just like before, though.
Go.
I was just Zadar's going to offer that sympathy shoulder and say, bottling your emotions is never healthy.
Before you can say it, but before you go to put the hand on the shoulder, she sees the hand coming up. She gets off the wall and she just starts walking ahead of you guys.
I'll catch
She
you up
kind
and
of gives you a little grunt at what Zadar said.
I'll just catch up as well and just go, thank you. I know that must have been difficult. And then
I should
move
say
back.
from the other side. Could be worse. Pretty much all of my family's dead. Or to be confirmed.
She doesn't really say anything to any of you. Just she sort of gives you the occasional shrug. She just walks back out into the town square.
And when they're on character sheet. There we go.
Oh, temples then. Which should we head to?
I have a
I'm
feeling
interested in Anubis.
you can do that. I would feel wrong going into that temple. I think we should maybe. Well, there are two I have in mind.
Yes.
Bahamut for obvious reasons.
And
Corallon, Lethian.
just because of that pouch.
Well, not quite. He is known to bards the world's over.
Well, this is certainly not my wheelhouse, so lead on.
I mean no disrespect to you, but I am going to head to Anubis alone.
I would not want to follow.
That is fair.
I'm kind of intrigued by the Anubis temple. I wonder what that'd be like.
I would go around looking. Which one? No, not that one. No, not that one. No, not that one. I'm not going to ask anyone. Hey, where's this Anubis temple? Anubis.
Anubis.
Okay, so you guys splitting up and going to different temples?
I don't like the way he said that, guys.
This
I'm
isn't.
splitting up
I will above board this. This is not bad.
Okay.
for now.
For now, let you guys piss off the temple people.
Oh God, we're all gonna
I'll
die.
follow Zadar to the Anubis temple.
I would not
I'll
be going
go
to
with
Anubis.
Jack.
Thank you. I appreciate
Okay.
that.
So Zadar and Yuki are going to Anubis. Where are you two going?
Corallon and Bahamut.
Which one first?
I would say Bahamut first.
I would agree.
considering-
Considering he's the most present. He is the most present god we've felt.
Bet.
So, met.
Definitely present. Felt his presence then.
Need to sit up for this.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice
shit.
knowing you, Josh.
Hey, Jack can talk
we're
his
doing
way
you
out.
first.
Nice knowing you, James.
Entire town. He worships Anubis. Get
He
him.
went into the Anubis temple. Kill him!
Kill him with fire. We don't know
So-
that man.
As you spend a good sort of hour or two wandering the city, trying to find the Temple of Anubis.
Well, we also agree a meetup time and place for after.
The inn at sundown.
As you're wandering around and looking, you pretty much do like a full loop of the city. Nothing. You go down a load of things to where like all the bigger bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you.
Pineapples.
Fuck you. The last one's coming.
Not anymore. And nothing. You walk down all the city streets. Nothing. You go to where the bigger temples are. Nothing. You come around to the more northern side of the city. And
They talk with a weird accent.
as you
Wait, man.
wait,
Oh, I love.
as you're looking around, you notice that there's a slightly dilapidated looking building. Just about here. It's nestled in amongst other buildings. And there's no insignia on the door or name above it. Not anymore. The name has been practically chiseled off. in yourself, you kind of feel like you're in the right place. The doors, old wood at this point, not been maintained. The windows, all but completely shattered. Just looks like a building in derelict state.
Having this feeling in my gut, I try to open the door, or force it open if it's old.
Take the other. I'm assuming it's a double door.
Mm-hmm.
He can take one. I'll take the other.
Placing your hands on the door. Yuki, your door handle just kind of comes off.
Oh,
Take it back
It's
up.
a does.
Mend it.
Mending.
Wasn't
Fuses it
me.
back together. You both just push, and the doors just... Dust kind of falls and settles in front of you. Fairly dark interior. There's pews that are kind of all lined up. Some of them are a little bit crooked and pushed back. Some of them are turned over. Think of
Me think of me fondly.
stereotypical Christian church. You kind of come up to a talking point down an aisle of pews either side. Kind of ornate carvings in the ceiling. You look up and you see what was potentially once beautiful ceiling painting depicting the entire pantheon, all in their early stages of creating things, gifting things to mortals. The gods creating nature's harmony, the arts, music, gifting man the power of the arcane. All these different stories and paintings on the ceiling. But it's faded. Its beauty almost gone. But you walk in. You've been in temples before, of Anubis. It feels the same. But it also doesn't.
I lean to Yuki. Oh, shit. I don't yawn. Shazad doesn't yawn.
I lean to Yuki. Oh, this place is shit. Let's go.
Towards the door.
Oh, fuck me.
Had a
Right.
stroke to the door? What the fuck?
Oh,
No,
what
my
seems
yawns are big.
bad.
Pete, heed me, no worry. And I walk to the the front pew, rather than sitting on it, because I'll take a quick look again. That's not going to support my weight.
Mhm.
Instead, just take a knee before it, hand over my insignia. Just mutter a little prayer. Well, just a general one before going into detail of how can a god who's trying to save him and his friends, his family, how can a god that helps traitor people who saved me many a times can in this world be one of malice and death, and the very same people created to destroy and commit wars, crimes.
As you sit or kneel, offering prayer. Get a wisdom check from you.
Back wisdom. Okay. Just wisdom check, not religion or anything.
Nope, just check.
Be the same anyway. I don't know why I asked. 15. 13 plus 2.
You kneel there, focusing on your words. truly unable to understand how a god can take on two completely different forms. And as you sit, you almost get lost in it. And you feel drawn into your own mind. Yuki, watching onto this, you don't really notice anything different. You do feel a slight change in the room. You've been around higher beings. You're well aware of their power. And you notice a shift. It sends a chill down your back. As Zadar falls into this, you're almost pulled out of yourself.
I'd like to try and grasp that feeling and almost go with it in a controlled way.
Roll me an Arcana.
But
Or religion, your choice.
it's the same mod for me.
Okay.
It is a 21.
21. Nice. You follow the feeling. And you almost, for a second, can feel what Zadar is. But it almost is like something severs it. Severs you from it. Whatever this is, doesn't want you there.
Can I tell if it's Zadar or something else?
Doesn't feel like Zadar.
Can I try and fight it? I kind of push through the severing.
Yeah. Roll me a... It was a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, it's not very good. It's a 10.
Yeah, you try to fight it, but what this is, it's too strong for you. You almost, for that second, you feel Zadar. And he's Zadar, you almost feel him for that split second. And that, like, companionship is, like, pretty much entwined. And then it just gets ripped. Zadar, you then fall through it. You keep going, still muttering your prayer. I've not lost sight of you. I still see you. And the good you do. You fight. You fight for no one. You will lose everything. I will see to it. I will see. I will see nothing happen to you. You're beyond my reach. And things are different where you are. You almost feel like a loving embrace around you. And then in a split second, it's gone and replaced with a hand around your throat. This world is not meant for you. You shouldn't be here. Why are you here? What? No. do not falter. You cannot falter. But I am not the same here than what you know. Don't give in. And then you're taken out and you're back to where you are, almost with like a... It practically throws you back into your own body. Yuki, you see him kind of jolt forward and almost like have to catch himself.
Something take you away a bit there, buddy?
As I slowly stand to my feet, I just let out, well, not let out, but speak to Yuki as if I'm talking at him rather than to him. I never falter. And just go to walk out.
Never said you did. So while he's walking out, I'm gonna have a look at like some of the murals around and see if any of them can give me any kind of information.
What are you looking for in particular?
Stuff about our conversation, anything that might relate to it, or other my conversation with what's his name, Centaurus.
Roll me an investigation.
Oh, I'm good at those too. Oh, nat 20 for 28.
Oh, damn!
Oh damn!
Hey, yo!
As you're... I'm going to say yes, but I will tell you in a private chat after the session, so in about 3 minutes. Okay?
How dare you?
If I tell him stuff, there would be no point in us going into the secret chat.
I'm pulling a leg.
That's how I... Yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
We're not having a go. He was joking.
No, I know.
Was actual Jack a little robotic to anyone else there, or is it just
No, he
me?
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his camera's got to like stop motion.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Everyone is.
Discord's fucking dying.
Jack, you've only got the last 2.5 minutes, man. Hold in there.
Ryan doesn't
James,
know.
you're still normal to me.
It's the same as Josh.
Harry was normal. Ryan is not.
Oh, it's Jack and Ryan. Josh is normal.
I am dropping frames. OBS is dropping frames.
Should
Oh.
we end it there?
It's
I can
okay
see
at the
this
moment.
bullshit
I've only
stuff.
dropped 151.
Yeah, but we're losing both Jack
Yeah,
and
Ryan and Jack.
Mm.
That is, it's, in all fairness, it is a decent place to end it, because if you guys are going to a temple, who knows what else could happen.
Oh, they're back.
Who?
It was
Mm,
funny
Ryan,
because when
talk.
you waved, it was
Why?
frame by frame.
No, Ryan's
Wolf.
not back properly. There's a delay.
Is that-
Okay, well, with it being basically past anyway, we shall call it a night there. So anybody still watching, or anybody watching on YouTube, thank you ever so much. Hit the like button that's like down here, and then the subscribe, and then the real like button, the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon next to it.
That's notifications.
That one, so you know when we're up, which is normally Tuesdays about midday-ish. Once
midday,
Mr. Man there has been doing all of his tech stuff.
I'm below you.
I'm at the bottom.
All of his tech stuff, my balls. My mother watches these.
Yeah, you are there.
I am going to clip that, and I'm
Oh,
going
she
to
would have heard
send-
me say whorehouse earlier. Damn it.
I mean, it could be worse. She could know you frequent them.
Well, now she does.
She
Well
does.
done, Joshua.
Indeed.
I'm going to
I
pay
mean,
for
at
that,
least
aren't
I
I?
paid you
Yeah, you
time
are.
there.
It's okay. We all love your mother. Your mother's amazing.
She is.
Yeah, she is brilliant.
Mm.
Hey,
Right. So yeah, thank you all ever so much for watching. Tune in next time. Might have some more convos with some gods. Maybe. Who knows? But until next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.